AmeriCorps needs you now more than ever. What is AmeriCorps? It's your opportunity to help your neighbor and your nation through these difficult times. AmeriCorps members serve their communities by fighting hunger, teaching and tutoring and mentoring students, and responding to natural disasters. AmeriCorps is your chance to get involved and be the greater good. Search hundreds of opportunities and apply at joinamericorps.gov. That's joinamericorps.gov.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
I gotta get a witness. No!
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That's true. Sometimes I cry.
Oh! Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast, episode 740.
Do it live!
We are here with Jeff Holiday and Scott Hansen. Hello, everybody.
Welcome.
I made
way
the opening
more
reel.
sober
I'm
this
excited.
time. I'm way more
Yeah.
sober. Way more sober.
Yeah, you were edited into it. You know what, though, Jeff? People were not offended by you not being sober last time. I think you were the most self-conscious about it. Like, really,
Probably, yeah.
they really
People
didn't care.
were like, it's refreshing to have someone drunk on the Drunken Peasants. again."
Yeah, that never happens here.
That reminds me of the very first time I was ever on this show. I showed up to the studio and I had this fucking, it was like a hard case suitcase thing, and you opened it up and it had like 3/5 of alcohol, a whole like tumbler mixing kit and everything. I bought like nice liquor and shit, and it was only you and one other person had like one cocktail each out of it, and like the rest of it was me getting blitzed out of my fucking gourd.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I think I was at the end of a bender at that point too. I think I was in like that recovery stage that you have to go through.
I drank a lot on my first appearance. And
Hurricanes.
Was it Hurricanes? That was later.
That's how
because I had apple ciders and I think Jack Daniels the first time.
Oh, okay.
And I got in trouble because I went to go take a piss, and then I gave the piss back. So
I see what you did there.
It was troublesome.
All right, few quick announcements. Actual Maniacs. This is the Actual Maniac for the month of June. Sign up now before the end of June. $25 patrons or above to get it. It's a BENPAI. It's like a vintage BENPAI with my luchador mask on. Sign up for that.
What are we to do and not to do with those?
Oh, you're starting this conversation.
Are there any guidelines?
Well, Scott, I'll tell you what you should do with it. You should collect it. You could paint it. You could trade it with friends.
Yep.
You could put it on display. Have little dude action fights.
And I'd like to announce the new line of Actual Maniacs, the Ribbed for Your Pleasure Maniacs.
No!
Oh,
No!
What?
Do not
Anyway.
insert. Zero insertion. There will be no insertion.
No, but seriously,
Like a very hardline approach to take.
sign up before the end of June to get your Actual Maniac, your BENPAI Actual Maniac. Everyone who signed up in May, yours is going to be shipped out within the next week. I've turned this place into a shipping depot.
Yeah.
I own a digital scale, and no, I don't get to do the fun thing where I bag up blow. It's all Actual Maniacs in envelopes. So
I use my digital scale to weigh out food. I need to get back on that because you can tell I got my jowls coming back. I've been eating crazy during COVID. It's got to stop. It needs to stop.
Putting on that COVID 125.
Just about, yeah.
I thought
my
COVID
120.
was the new site that was coming out to compete with YouTube.
I wish.
COVID.
We need a COVID.
TV.
Co-op.
COVID.
A co-op
I would
video
go to
platform.
COVID.tv.
Let's start COVID Con.
It's a co-op.
COVID Con.
A co-op video platform. People who make content get paid out for it. For the people,
like
by
this
the
idea.
Next
people.
door to VidCon It's COVIDCon.
Yeah,
COVID-Con.
COVID.
But it's unaffiliated.
Oops.
I like to go back and forth between them and cough very loudly. It's cool.
Well, VidCon's going all online now, right?
This year.
This year. What's
Yeah,
to stop
yeah,
us
yeah.
counter people that would go down to VidCon and play tiddlywinks outside the convention from just having a COVIDCon, where we all start our own VidCon and do it online and book like the best people up
This
against the
sounds
other
a lot
people.
like the 420 awards.
Yes,
so far.
just like that. It's just like that.
Dude, if he actually look, I've been thinking about this for a while, and I think I might have brought this up on the show before, but I drink a lot. So, can we make an effort to go to the 420 awards if he holds it actually in a real location again?
Yes.
Now, are you sure you want to do that? Because he's a man with schizophrenia and guns.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't care.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
All right.
we live in America, Scott.
Yeah, our schizophrenia
Sorry,
and guns are everywhere.
I'm out of my element here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, mental illness and firearms is like that's just Tuesday, dude.
I think
Come
that's
on.
like the 20th Amendment or something. I don't know.
Yeah. We can get some shooters on the payroll to roll down with us, too.
Yeah.
I commentated the 420 awards last week, so it should be up
Oh,
in
cool.
a week or two. Yeah,
Was
it
it-
should be fun.
Was it as good for you as it was for us? I don't think so.
Oh. I think we need to get right into it. This entire episode is an antagonism segment. So here we go.
Uh-oh.
Yay!
Wow.
I should turn off the goddamn internet.
Shocking stupidity.
Don't touch me. You're gonna touch me, DP.
You're gonna touch me, DP. I'm chopping
Situation.
And first, we're going to get into Chris the Grifter Hansen. I see Stevie Wolf in the chat. Shout out to Stevie. By the way, everyone, if you
It's true, Brian Boyd.
sent to drain,
Brian D. Boyd.
please like our stream. And I'll share with you in a moment why your support means more now than ever, because YouTube revealed something to me yesterday that I want to
Secrets.
share with you all.
YouTube secrets.
No, it's
It's hidden penis.
I wish that would feel
I wish
better.
it was that easy. I mean, taking their hidden penis would be way easier than what they're doing to us now, and I'll share that later. But first, we're going to cover Chris Hansen.
They're like shoving actual maniacs up our
Basically,
You guys
ribbed.
need to leave my dad, Chris, alone. He's done nothing wrong. I think he's a good guy. I think he.
Hold on.
He's been taken out of context.
butt. Scott just calls him daddy. It's one of those weird
Yeah.
DD furry things.
So
Yeah.
most of you remember Chris Hansen recently did an interview where in the interview he was saying, he was quoted saying that he had sold the rights to the Onision investigation that he's been doing for 6 months to Discovery ID, so Discovery Channel's ID network. And
Investigation Discovery?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's everyone's dad's favorite channel.
Well, and Chris Hansen is, he's a boomer,
My
right?
dad.
Yeah, basically. So he's been doing this, being like, don't worry, I'll send Onision to jail eventually. Just keep coming on my stream and I'll interview all of you. And now, after he's been making all the money out from all the ad revenue and all the stream super chats.
Yeah.
Now he wants to make it all over again for cable TV.
Stevie Wolf says he's got some dish stuff. Because he was supposed to be on Chris Hansen's show the last two episodes.
Are we bringing Stevie on
We
right
should,
now?
because he's got some knowledge. And while you're doing that, Chris Hansen was also on the Mike Morse podcast today.
I have footage of all this, but we didn't know we would have Stevie, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna bring him on now.
And he was talking about all of his. He basically blamed the Onision
Stevie's
investigation coming to a halt on COVID, because the police
All right,
couldn't
I gotta
handle
mute y'all.
investigations
There.
and COVID.
All right.
Yeah, I didn't see that on Mike Morris, but that doesn't even surprise me in the least. I wasn't going to buy his COVID Lysol.
Yeah.
That was rough.
Oh man, but yeah, no. I mean, when I heard about this, I'm like, you know what? This isn't too shocking, because it's like you brought myself and Repsion and a few others that have been making videos about this guy for years to do all the research for you to bring it to a TV network. That's lovely.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's.
I mean,
lovely.
sounds like a pretty shrewd move on his part. I don't know what the problem is here. Seems like a good businessman to me.
Yeah, it sounds-
I got an Onision update. I got an Onision update.
What, did he send you a DM?
I got a message from him this morning.
From Onision?
Yes, because
All right.
I'm in a
too,
group
huh?
chat. I'm in a group
Was
chat
it
with
send
him,
nudes?
with him and Anastasia and Joe. Right?
That sounds like a party.
I know. And he messaged out of nowhere saying he didn't want to hang out with us anymore.
Oh no.
Last time I saw him was in January, live in front of his house. And I got a message this morning saying he doesn't want to hang out anymore. I don't
hang out
know.
with you guys anymore.
He said he
You're so
can't
sad.
trust people. He can't trust people.
So what's
Oh.
what's the hot goss that you've got, Stevie?
Well, the hot goss that I've got is that this doesn't surprise me at all, because I was supposed to be on his show last week and I was supposed to be on his show this week. And because I wasn't on his show this week, he decides to have another COVID person on. And what he does at that point the next day is he basically takes people like me and Repsion and labels us all as drama channels, even though we basically did all of his research for him. You know, he came into this with no idea who Onision was. He had no idea what all the controversy was. He had that Vince Nicotra guy to do it. You know, when I went on there because I'd been doing this for 10 years, and I felt that was the next natural progression to what I'd been doing for so long. It's like everybody wanted him in on it anyway. So I'd like, okay, I'll go on Chris Hansen, because we all wanted him to get in on this anyway, because nobody knew, or at least the majority of people didn't know he was like this. And yeah, it doesn't surprise me. He wants to take it to that level. Hell, even some of the people that he's talked to that were victims from Onision are throwing people like me under the bus, like what Shiloh said to Daniel was insane. Repsion. I got it right here. I can read it real briefly. She goes,
Yeah, sure.
None of us talk to you. You talk out of your ass. No one sold shit. Stop profiting off our story. You literally know nothing. It's sad I have to keep coming onto this platform to correct you guys. Stop profiting off our story. And then where's your respect for the victims? And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Who kept your story alive for 10 years while you were doing whatever the hell it was you were doing after you got away from this guy? It's like, yeah, it's terrible what he did to you. But I see such a huge proclivity for people to like want to make money off this and try to build whatever their careers went into during the time they were away. It is upsetting. I mean,
So-
it feels like a big waste of my life that I did that for so long.
So is
and it just
Shiloh
rubs more salt in the
defending
wound.
Chris Hansen?
Yeah.
Yeah, in a way,
Well,
because
and they were hanging out in person. How do we know she's not in on this deal? Is she
Okay,
not
here's
getting
the
a
thing.
cut?
Here's the thing. I think she is.
Okay.
I've talked
I
to
think
people
she
who
is.
know things, and I don't know what they know, but they said they didn't want to give up their information, but they were like, just look at anybody right now who's not speaking out against this, and they're all part of the deal. So everybody who's speaking out right now, like, how can you do this? What are you doing? They're the ones that didn't get in on it. And everybody else who's quiet right now is about to get that ID. What's it called? Investigation discovery.
Yeah.
About to get that investigation discovery paycheck.
Fuck.
Yep.
I watched Chris
Yeah.
Hansen on Mike Morse today, and he's over there like denigrating Onision for having an OnlyFans account. Don't most of the girls have OnlyFans accounts too?
Yes.
It's like, Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
man. Jesus Christ.
But
Come
in
on.
fairness, they're not an Onision and they're not spreading their asshole for YouTube bucks.
I heard that too. Yeah, I heard
That's-
Onision
besides,
spreading his
that's-
butthole.
Stop.
I heard.
Empowerment.
So,
That's
hey,
empowerment, Billy. It's totally different.
hold on,
It's empowerment.
Jeff. Do you think it'd be a good sponsorship deal if we sent Onision an actual maniac for advertisement?
Ooh.
So you put one of these in his booty?
Yeah, dude. I want to see it.
The BENPAI
Absolutely.
one is kind of has these sharp little things on top too.
Yeah, have him do that one. That's a good idea.
Prolapse.
Oh, God.
Do
Oh,
special
God.
content for your OnlyFans, Onion. See if you can fit a maniac down your piss hole.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
What
So-
an unholy fucking mess this whole fucking thing turned out to be. What the shit, dude? It's crazy.
Of course.
Well, we all wanted it to be something good, because for the longest time, I did know that other people did research, obviously, for To Catch a Predator. It's a TV show. And I do believe that at some level in his heart, Chris Hansen feels that he's doing the right thing.
I don't
know.
know.
But you also have to realize that he's an entertainer. Not even so much a journalist, but he's an entertainer. He's the host of a TV show that's backed by other people's research, other people's production, and all that stuff. And so this whole thing just transmogrified not to the obvious money-making scheme that it is now, and it really fucks me up, and it really hurts, because that's like 10 years of my life that I spent doing this stupid shit, and it feels like it's just such a waste. And I think that Daniel and many other people that talked about it for that long since the beginning probably feel that way too. So to sit there and for him to say in a video he put on his Twitter that, oh, you guys are just trying to drive more stuff to your drama channels. I'm like, drama channels? What do you reference books? Your fucking research, dude?
Yeah,
you didn't know about this shit.
He is a drama channel. Every time he
He's more a
brings up
drama channel than any of us are, and like Stevie and Daniel. All of us.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put Stevie down here in the corner because we're going to watch some videos.
some of these hot videos.
Yeah.
And it's just it kind of gets me because he had the opportunity to talk to Onision, and he was on Mike Morse today saying that he didn't want Onision doing something porn related on his channel to get his stream taken down. But Onision said you could record your end of the story. Onision just wanted to go live on his channel to show that things weren't taken out of context and edited. So Chris Hansen's acting like he didn't have the interview with Onision because Onision might expose his penis on his channel. But Onision was going to be live on his own channel.
Be a type move.
Yeah, that would be. That'd be next level.
Yeah, I'll get him.
He's got to pull the layer up.
Yeah,
so we're getting
it's
yeah, right now I'm somebody's logo.
yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, this whole thing's like to a point where, like, at this point, I'm just done with the Onision stuff. I mean, like, if somebody asked me in one of my streams, man, I'll talk about it briefly during my streams, but I'm done with the videos. I don't even give a fuck about Hansen. I'm focused on music now, and that's what I'm much happier doing. Because, you know what? Where else can you go from here? You know, you talk to the guy, you wanted in on it, the fucking supposed godfather of catching predators, and then where do you go from there? So I feel like after all this shit, and after even talking to him the couple of times I did, yeah, I can kind of just finally fully retire from it. There's no real point anymore. No. What more can be done?
Chris Hansen keeps bringing up one of Onision's ex-mods and friends, Tamara. She's in chat. She's in chat right now. Chris Hansen has been hounding her like to do interviews. Like he's talking about it publicly on shows in private, and but before she was like left Onision's server, like some of the guys that surrounded Chris Hansen were like harassing her, and then the second she left the server, they were kissing her ass trying to get her to come on the show. It's rude. A lot of these people are just cold predators that Chris Hansen's surrounded with.
Let's watch this Hansen video because he made a tweet after Pescator broke the news that Chris Hansen sold the story to Discovery Channel. Chris Hansen said, "Oh no, I didn't sell it. That's not even how it works." And here he is.
I didn't sell it. They bought it. It's different.
Exactly. and here he is he's kind of flip-flopping on it here.
Hey everyone, I thought I'd take a quiet moment today to talk about some of the drama playing out on social media surrounding a potential television project on the Onision investigation. Let me be very, very clear here. Anyone that is suggesting that such a project would take place without the consideration of, the consultation with, or the participation of the victims in this case is either ill-informed, lying to you, or more likely, trying to gin up drama for their own selfish reasons.
Oh, you mean, is their name Chris Hansen? Because that's literally your entire career.
What he just said here is he has the consent of some of the victims because he probably has to sell their story to investigation discovery in order to get the show on air. You have to sell the perspective of people involved. Chris Hansen came involved later. He has a perspective that can be sold. These girls, if they sign on, have a perspective that can be sold. So that's what he's saying right here is he wouldn't go forward without the consideration of the girls,
It's
aka
almost like a model release.
they're a part of it. Yeah.
Promote their own drama channels. I have had over the past several weeks discussions about a television project on the Onision case.
By the way, Chris Hansen blocked the DP Twitter after our last episode talking about him. He's a fragile little man.
Victims are in the loop.
Better go check
Always
mine
will
after
be.
this.
I'll be doing interviews with them if such a project takes place. Again, a lot of this noise is merely drama. I got into the Onision investigation because...
Like, what else can you say about a guy who responds to criticism on the internet with a picture of his Emmy Award? Literally.
Exactly.
I forgot about that. Oh, my God. Oh, dude.
Who blocks people for talking about them on a stream, you know? I mean, you're a drama channel. What can you say about somebody who says they're not doing this purely for a financial interest, who also is over $1 million in debt?
Right.
Yeah.
You know, he can take that Emmy and go the way of an actual maniac.
Because, quite frankly, you all asked me to do it. We've done multiple shows on it. We've done interviews with victims, law enforcement, people who know about the case. There is now a federal and a...
Pause it for a minute. The law enforcement guy that you did an interview with was in a scandal where his kid committed some kind of like really serious crime, and he used his position in the department to like bail his kid out of trouble, basically.
And by the way, that law enforcement
that's why
guy,
you become a cop.
that law enforcement guy, we see him on local news all the time out here.
He's the media guy for the sheriff's department.
Yeah, in Pierce County.
Yeah.
So that's his job.
And his son was charged with statutory
rape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he.
Oh shit.
Local investigation.
To catch a predator, you must become one.
He was charged with statutory mischief.
Statutory mischief.
To take this to a wider audience and to increase
a wider audience, to increase my fucking bank account.
the potential that we will see justice here. There's nothing wrong
How about
with it.
a wider net of catching the predators? Actually catch them instead of just put them on a pedestal and give them a platform to continue thriving. 100% before this all blew up and Sarah came forward. Onision was about to lose his footing with YouTube and be done. He was talking about going to get a fucking
the best way
real
to
job.
kill him would have been to not give him.
He was talking about going to be like an Uber driver or something.
Yeah, Billy told me. No, literally, Stevie. Billy told me.
I believe you.
Like in private, we were talking about like what the fuck is Onision going to do, because you know he was, the IRS was fucking him and all of that shit was going on. And he was thinking about delivering Uber Eats at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did an Uber sketch like with him, I don't know, like in the summer of 2018, I think it was. And it was like this stupid little Uber sketch. He's like actually, you know, I've been thinking about I might have to do this. He's like, that's why I came up with the idea for the sketch. And I was fuck.
Why is my pizza extra greasy? That's because you fucking delivered it.
I didn't order onions on my pizza.
Get that a lot of people think YouTube and social media is the only way to go. I see it a little differently. Please respect that. I've also been asked to look into the Davi Vanity case, which I have done, am doing, and will continue to do so. The victims will always come first. Always, always, always. So please know that, and put that in your formula when you consider whose motives are what.
I loved his question to the one woman that was on his stream. Like, I was wondering, how does your abuse by Davi Vanity relate to the George Floyd thing?
What? Dude, oh my god.
That killed me. Oh my
It's
god.
basically the same.
It's basically yeah, you know, how many towns are burning down because of Onion?
Right.
Davi Vanity is basically like COVID-19. What the fuck, dude?
I'd like you to put that into your formula as I invite a guy named Angry Slug Productions on my stream who got banned, by the way, from my Discord in half an hour for making up all kind of bullshit about being a hacker and shit and couldn't prove it and being a cunt to like all of my mods and shit. So we booted his ass and he had him on there over and over again. And I'm just like, really? Let's watch how this plays out. I hacked his Discord. I did this and that. Okay, sure
you did. Hack it. You joined it. You know,
Yeah.
It's like, what?
That's like hacking. I mean, you're really splitting hairs at this point.
But basically, that same guy, he was like harassing people. A lot of people that have been the hackers related to Chris Hansen have been harassing people related to Onision.
The other one was Gene.
Gene was the hacker.
Gene was the one that doxed everyone in Onision's family.
Yeah.
Like down to like his grandparents. and like his sister and his sister's like, I mean, it was unbelievable.
It's so like unnecessary.
Right.
If you're going to be the good guys, you have to play by good guy rules. And if you don't, you're the bad guys.
Debate continues. I'll keep you posted as to exactly what's happening. We'll have some clarity very soon on where this project is going.
Speaking of COVID-19 and Onision, she was COVID-15 when he started talking to her.
You know, the Mike Morse thing that you were saying, that's his old Mike Morse interview. The one that you linked to me, that's not a new one.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. Go to Mike Moore's website or his YouTube channel.
Been my knowledge for a while.
Yeah.
I swear there was one that came up.
No. When he first started promoting Mike Morse, he did a guest spot on Mike Morse podcast.
Well, I watched one that was like went live, I think today, and had under 1,000 views. I thought that was the one I linked to you, but
I didn't see that.
But yeah, I watched it, and they were talking about Davi Vanity and everything.
Well,
and they were like,
okay.
So what is this Onision Discord movie night? And then they're telling the intern guy, they're like, I'll give you $10 if you go sit down and watch a movie with Onision. That sounds interesting.
Well,
that sounds interesting.
Check this out. I love this
I don't want to
clip.
get fondled, so no.
This is very telling right here.
And then the Onision investigation. And, you know, one of the interesting things that I found, and, you know, you and I talk about the relevance of YouTube and podcasts and how that benefits what you do as a lawyer, what you do seeking justice in a media presence.
Mike Morse doesn't seek justice. He's a fucking ambulance chaser. He's a guy that calls you after you've been an offender bender so you can sue the shit out of an insurance company. That's what he does. Which, whatever, there's a place for that. But don't pretend like he's some justice seeker. That's such a piece of
Isn't he under like federal investigation or some shit?
For sexual harassment, yes.
And conspiracy to commit bribery, which is worse than just bribery, because conspiracy means that there's also more to it than just the bribery. You might have accomplices and shit, so he's federally fucked.
Wow.
And it's not even that he's under investigation. It's a retrial, too, because they got him on audio, apparently, apologizing to the person that he did it to. So I guess he's just seeking a lesser sentence.
Are we sure this is an old interview here?
I thought this was an old interview.
The one I have
is he dressed the
went up
same?
Today. They're dressed exactly the same. They got the same cups of coffee. And
You're right
shit.
then. You're right.
Okay.
What I found is that this YouTube medium can be an incubator for television projects. And it's very attractive to the networks because they have that demographic that they want. I mean, if you ask your daughters, for instance,
this papyrus might be a good launching pad for some nice hieroglyphics someday. What?
It's very attractive to the networks.
Very attracted to the stone slab.
Difference between what they watch.
Guys,
on network news.
Onision's not in jail right now because of COVID. That's why the cops all got COVID, couldn't investigate. And now with the protests and
the cops aren't even answering calls anymore.
They make sure to reference them as the riots and the protests separately because they want to condemn the riots but like celebrate the protests. Like and that's also keeping them from bringing Onision in as well.
what they catch on
What happened with
YouTube.
his wetlands and stuff that they were on his ass about because everything's shut down. That shit probably looks like fucking, like, I don't know, somewhere that got napalmed by this point because he wasn't keeping up on it.
I got a better interview out of Onision than Chris Hansen could ever in his best day. I literally had Onision on a couch like 10 feet away from me.
Yeah, I had Onision a little closer than 10 feet.
Well, he also well, here's the thing. He friended me.
Insertion.
He friended me on Twitter, but and then he didn't like the questions I asked him, and then he blocked me after I totally fucked with him. Yeah.
Pretty much predict how that's going to break
I don't think
down.
they watch network news.
That's my point.
I don't
That's
watch
my
much.
point. That's why I'm selling to Investigation Discovery. We're going to
That's
pull
it.
the viewers into the channel. They want to buy
The kids
YouTube
love
content.
Investigation Discovery.
They love it. God.
Same thing that he just said, though, if you think about it. They don't really watch network news. And I'm like, you mean the kind of news that manipulates the information that you fucking get?
Exactly.
Yes.
Very true. Very true.
Being down that rabbit hole for nearly 40 years, dude, probably taught you a lot.
So I do want to say, I do want to give Jeff some credit. He's the OG Chris Hansen hater among us all. Right?
Well, the only reason why that is because I always thought he was really cool. I liked
he tricked
Catch
me
Predator.
into coming on his show under false pretense.
He tricked me into coming on his show by pretending to be a 14-year-old on
Look,
the internet.
man, the only reason I walked into her house.
I got there. He was an adult. It was bullshit.
Yeah.
It was a video by Danknet. I want to say it was
Yes.
Danknet. I want to
Yes,
probably shut.
it is.
Yeah.
Dude. And his video, his several videos now on Chris Hansen are like what really helped inform my opinion. And then I started looking into it further. But it's not the thing that's really fucked up about it too. I mean, he's over here. He's trying to say like, network television, blah blah blah, this and that and the other thing. The dude is seriously working with coronavirus grifters, as we speak. Working with biotech companies.
It's true.
That their address.
They made this.
A mini mall.
It's pseudoscience too. They claim that their nanotechnology shreds coronavirus on contact. If you put this on a surface and then coronavirus lands on it, it slices up and kills the coronavirus.
Look, you guys,
it animate panty shreds immediately.
Yeah.
The nanotechnology will catch Onision in the act.
Yeah, no, he's just a lying piece of shit, man.
Ignore the fact that many science labs don't even know how COVID-19 really works, but our Clorox will kill it.
Right.
If you drink enough of it per day, it will kill you in a week, and you
Tell
won't
me
have the
how
coronavirus
killing the
anymore.
coronavirus relates to George Floyd.
And then
Do you
have
think George Floyd had coronavirus?
That's what they said, right? They said they tried to blame his breathing on coronavirus.
Yeah.
Like, what
but that's
the fuck?
that's not Chris Hansen. That's racist.
That's the police department.
Nano racism.
As Chris Hansen, I have to know.
no.
Do you find a correlation between COVID-19 and fucking? I was gonna say the guy who started the LA riots,
Rodney King.
That
Rodney King, yeah.
The name went right out of my head, and that drove just
That fucking Rodney
crashed.
King starting those riots. What a troublemaker.
So, and Stevie, you're welcome to stay throughout the rest of the show. I'm going to move on to the next subject. If at any time you got to go, just let us know. But this is very pertinent to everyone here. This affects all of us because we could all fall victim to this. I made a tweet to YouTube because a lot of people were complaining that even though they're subscribed to us, we're not even showing up in their subscription feed. Not even notifications, but their subscription feed. Such and such you're subscribing to has a new video out. So I tweeted at YouTube, which is weird. The best way to reach YouTube isn't even on their own platform. It's on a different platform.
It's publicly tweeting them.
Like what?
Yep.
And this is their response right here.
Thanks for contacting us. With fewer people to review content due to COVID-19, videos flagged as potentially violative? Is violative?
Violative?
I've never used that word before.
Violative.
The adjective of violate.
Yeah, we're potentially violative. Videos flagged as potentially violative by our systems may not show in search until a reviewer takes a look.
So, translation, any fucking asshole troll can flag your video, and it's not going to show up anywhere until a human being at YouTube looks at it first.
And they're going to see me, and they're going to obviously hate on me because I'm so handsome.
That troll was right. Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, what the fuck? They're literally handing it over.
We're living in cloud world. We're living in cloud world.
So YouTube is basically subscribing to guilty until proven innocent.
Yes.
Pretty much. I mean, they're handing it over to trolls.
And they've always kind of done that, but this is absolute.
It's down until proven otherwise.
I can flag any video. It takes zero effort to flag a video.
We put up 3 videos a week for the past 78 years. Like they should just know that if we do a bad video, that we're gonna do a good one next week. Let us live, man. Let us live. If we show one pecker, we're going to cover it up with double chins and drunkenness within a month.
Why was there never like an announcement of this? Like, why is this? Why do you got to ask them? And how is this fair? Because flagging is literally, I click the flag and report it.
They linked you the coronavirus in your videos here. Do you think?
I don't give a fuck what this handsome gentleman with good fashion
sense. Do you think he tells us how coronavirus? You think he's going to tell us how coronavirus keeps Onision a free man?
No, he's going to tell me how coronavirus makes excuses for YouTube sucking is what he's going to do.
YouTube's been like this for years and years, though. I mean, it's been like this since as long as I can remember. In 2008 and 2009, people were still complaining about the lack of human interaction on it. And people could still fuck with DMCA shit with your videos the same way.
And that's true, but I've never been told that they shadow ban you from visibility based on a click of a mouse. That's pretty big right there, because I could do that to anyone I don't like.
Whatever happened to visibility?
Right.
I don't know.
Don't do it, Billy. Don't do it.
I'm not doing it.
Good. Thank you.
And
Jeff.
Someone responded to me on Twitter like, don't give anyone any ideas. I'm like, fuck it. Like, the idea's there because of the concept of this rule that they've created.
Yeah.
So
it's already in the public consciousness once it gets out there.
Yep.
So as a protest, we as a group now need to go and flag every video on YouTube.
No, Scott. For one, that's not possible. That's illegal. That's illegal.
This is the way.
I don't agree.
That's illegal. That's illegal.
This is the way.
Apparently, it's part of the policy.
By the way, we're talking with someone who's eternally banned from Twitter from violently visiting Twitter headquarters with a sign that says "PP poo poo" on it.
Listen,
I don't know.
That is an oversimplification of a very contentious issue. Okay, all right, I'll have you know.
What's that?
What? I mean, like, you can't just arbitrarily just say that that's why they banned me. Although that is probably why they banned me, because they're a bunch of pussies. But still, whatever.
I went to Twitter headquarters last week, and you know what I did? I kept my fucking mouth shut. I'm not gonna poke the bird.
As most of you know, I am from the state of Ohio, and I'm mostly pro-Ohio, but there's a part of southern Ohio that I refer to as Ohio-Tucky.
Hell yeah. I love that there's all kinds of other Tuckies. There's like Ohio-Tucky, there's Pencil-Tucky.
Yep.
And
like, Kentucky, like Kentucky's tentacles, tucticles.
There's
extend out to many other states.
There's actually.
Oh my God.
Have you been to Tucky 5 Dara? Is that racist?
Oh,
yes.
Tucky,
is that racist?
Yeah.
I think that's racist.
Yeah.
I take it back.
Yeah, that's pretty
I
racist.
take it back.
Still a bit of an overcharge.
I take it back.
What you get.
So, down in Ohio-Tucky, in a suburb of Cincinnati, probably like 20 people decided to have a BLM protest, and all of them were white, by the way. I looked up the demographics of Bethel, Ohio. 0.5% African American in the entire town of 3,000 people. So maybe like 1 or 2 families.
I was going to say like 2 people.
Right. And all of these crazy neo-Nazi biker gangs came to this shit. like, watch this guy. So,
oh fuck,
they're all here to support Black Lives Matter.
Pretty much everyone here is counter-protesting the BLM, except for the guy in the backpack right here. And by the way, I'll give you the story in a second. Watch this. This is crazy. So they're all This is a very small town. This is how most small
Every
towns...
one of these guys got a gut. It's so cute.
Yep.
I was gonna say the average build here. Mwah.
Ohio. Most of the this is how every small town, Main Street in every small town in Ohio looks. With these shitty old buildings that were built
like in small town Ohio or any other middle America looks like the Main Street looks like it's from 1952.
Yes,
they just set it's
that's
like
when it
it's
was
like
built.
this forever.
Yes, you're
Now
right.
where I live, it's exactly the same.
Yeah.
Like Arlington, Washington, same thing.
All right. See the guy in the bandana standing behind the backpack guy now. Watch
That
him
guy
in a
has
second
huge
here.
balls to put up with this.
Watch him in a second. I want to point out there's a police officer.
That appears to be a man in uniform.
Yes, I want to point out this person here is a police officer standing like 5 feet from the guy in the backpack and the guy in the bandana behind him. Watch this. Watch this.
Oh boy.
What the fuck kind of punch was that?
That was a weird
Oh man. And the
It
guy
wasn't a
walks
punch.
away.
He had something. He had a device in his hand.
He stuck the guy in the back of the head with a knife.
It wasn't a knife, but they've determined by the blow that it wasn't a punch. It would he had something in his hand.
Like he had brass knuckles or
Bitch
something.
boy.
By the
stab
way,
fight.
I want to tell you, this police officer claims he didn't see this happen.
Motherfucker,
it was easy to miss.
Yeah, it's easy. It's easy to miss when you're blinded by racisms.
I just got punched in the back of the head.
And by the way, this motherfucker in Ohio State. Oh, you see the guy in the back with the Ohio State thing?
Yeah.
The guy in the red hoodie?
OSU, baby.
Yeah, I'm sure he has a big problem with all of the good football players that are black on Ohio State. I'm sure he's like, they should be off the team and shouldn't play, right?
Yeah.
The team's only like 65% black people.
What OSU needs is a white defensive line.
Right, exactly. You never hear the racist sports fans complain they need less black players on their team, right?
Can we just say what a fucking Chad that dude is? Whether you agree with him, like him protesting or not, the dude just stood there and took a fucking punch. He's got all
what a
these
fucking boss.
Yeah, what a hardcore dude.
Dude, he's surrounded. Dude, this is worse. This is worse than protesting in Portland or Seattle.
Yeah, Ohio, Bethel, Ohio.
Dude, there's 6 cops in the whole town.
And they're all here on the side of the fucking
they're all
neo-Nazis?
here. There's 6 of them. To stop weird shit from going on, and every outlaw biker gang in the area came. On the other side.
Yep. Right.
I like how the guy just like moseyed off. he like Homer Simpson backwards into the bushes.
And by the way, he has a warrant for his arrest right now because of this. So this is what he looks like.
Where are his teeth?
Gone.
Mississippi.
In his sister's vagina.
He let his sister's vagina.
Sorry, I left my dancers in my aunt's pussy.
Right.
Oh my god, dude.
Here's a little more. Oh no, this is the same shit. This is a 19-year-old girl. She gets manhandled by grown men. 19-year-old small girl.
Right, somebody call Chris Hansen.
Yeah.
They take her sign. This is the same guy that punched.
Man, he's getting busy.
And everyone's cheering. Then they push her around a little bit. See how small she is right there, standing next to that dude. Watch. Yeah, they hit her. she's posted videos of like bruises on her and shit from this. And then she came back. And then she came back again. That's her right there with the sign again. But then this big motherfucker, Stone Cold Steve Austin here, basically gets in her face. Like,
don't give her a stunner.
Yeah.
So
dude.
what's the over under on that toothless motherfucker being named Scooter?
I was thinking the name Squelch was coming to mind. So Scooter's probably Scooter's probably better.
Skeeter.
Yeah.
And by the way, I don't mean that was actually Stone Cold. I love Stone Cold, and I know he doesn't like this shit.
Yeah, no, Stone Cold doesn't
No.
deal with that kind of shit.
Yeah. Stone Cold would beat the shit out of this guy.
Yeah, Stone Cold would drop a stunner for the working man.
Yeah.
Let's start a petition to send Stone Cold to this fucking town and fix these people's attitudes.
Or at least replace.
Like these biker gangs, dude, there were so many people with rifles at this shit, and I got more video on it, but basically there were rumors on Facebook that like bus loads of Black Lives Matter people were gonna come to this town, so they showed up with like rifles.
Yeah, that's
and these biker gangs.
That's optics charged by like people who want to stir up shit. There were no buses coming. They sent. There
was like 50 to 100 of them.
They send these flyers that are made like in shitty ass Microsoft Paint Photoshop flyers, and they're like, we're coming to this small town and we're coming to their doorstep and we're gonna Black Lives Matter, steal everything in their house, we're bringing it to their houses, and it's like the worst looking fucking propaganda.
BLM are the violent ones. Glad to catch you guys.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, so like it's people stirring up shit. It's at worst, at best it's trolls. At worst it's people trying to give excuses to fight.
That's right. Yeah.
So it's one dude with long hair and a bunch of fucking rednecks yelling at him with a cop standing behind them, making sure he doesn't
if
get
I was
murdered.
there, I would try and pawn something, because this looks like the cast of Pawn Stars.
No, it looks like Duck Dynasty.
Maybe it's Duck Dynasty. Yeah, Storage Wars.
They had they were spreading those rumors about Antifa like coming to attack a fucking small town all over the place. Brookings, Oregon has a population of 6,400 people. Klamath Falls, which is barely a little bit bigger than that. What do you mean Antifa's got to come to these fucking towns?
This is like an hour drive from Kentucky. Like an hour drive from the Kentucky border. Like there's a
That's
river.
where most of these towns are. Like where I live, I mean, they're exactly like this. And the funny thing is, it seems to be a little more moderate down here. But the thing is, I mean, you do get some gatherings like this, and it's always the same stupid fucking people who think they understand an issue, but they've lived in the fucking countryside for so long. It's like, do you even know what the fuck is happening in your country? And
None of them have anything else to do at 1 p.m. on a weekday.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Stevie,
I got my pension. I'm going to sit around and fucking drink and shoot shit. I know what's going on.
Stevie, I see Blasian in the chat. Is that the one Onision band?
One of them, yeah.
One of the two.
Yeah.
Tamara and Blasian are both people that he's banned and subsequently thrown under the bus.
Is Tamara one of the twins from Sister Sister?
Yes.
Hey, get this on your phone.
Where's Tia?
Oh, this ain't Seattle. This ain't Seattle. We're not in a Democratic state here. We don't put up with this shit. All our
we don't put up with this shit.
Ohio has been a Democrat state multiple times.
We don't put up with this shit. We beat up 19-year-old girls and punch fat dudes in the back of the head. And they don't even flinch.
Republican state. This is a Republican state.
It's not a Republican state.
That fat dude didn't even flinch when he got socked in the back of the head. He didn't even flinch. Could you imagine not even flinching? I bet you what that guy did was stuck him in the back of the head with like a HIV needle or something. And this guy, it's bio warfare. Because how could a guy punch someone in the back of the head and the guy not even flinch?
Because he's a badass anti-constitution.
I'm social anxiety. And she's a goddamn Republican. I'm the most Republican person.
You know what's fucking hilarious? What would a country full of nothing but people like this be in any other place in the world? It'd be like third world fucking mania.
I say build a giant fucking raft and float them out into the ocean. That's what I say.
Oh man, that's
Let them inhabit one of those islands that there's only indigenous
Garbage
people that
island?
haven't seen
Are you
civilization.
talking about the
I
garbage
wonder if
island?
these people know that the coastal elites that they hate are the only ones keeping them from like plunging into third world.
Hello, excusez-moi. I heard that there was some people talking about the trash island.
Yeah. We were talking about how these people here should be floated out onto the. I said a raft, but maybe a garbage raft. Well,
I do not know about that, maybe. You see, we are very selective about who goes to the trash island, the white ethnic state. You see, first and foremost, all of these rednecks need to take a certain IQ test. All the women must test very low, and all of the men, the IQ test is they must read my pamphlet.
Pamphlet.
Yes, but I mean my award-winning book written by me, a PhD.
What kind of? So it's what was it? Something molecule, whatever it was.
The revolutionary phenotype now coming out in crayon and pop-up book. Be sure to pre-order yours as soon as possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Jean-Francois.
JF!
Oh, God.
There's molecules in the mayonnaise.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I left my job for the molecule.
Oh, my God. How did that happen?
My palate is on me.
Ooh.
I took a Mensa test today.
Oh, my God. It really went there. I don't care.
Oh,
Ooh.
man. I absolutely love her video.
Actually, no, that was fucking me. For some reason, I'm on Billy's cam.
Yeah. I don't know why that happened, but I'll get it fixed.
Bill, you look great.
Yeah. And he left.
I don't know what you've been
He
doing,
like
but you
got
look
up and left the
fantastic.
room.
And that keto diet's really working. It turned me into a totally different person. I have the feeling of power now.
I tell you what, though, JF's grill's a little bit busted these days. It's kind of weird.
Is it?
Little busted.
Too many baguettes.
That's right.
I bit into a stale croissant.
A little bit too much batter with my potato. So.
Holy shit. No, did you see the video Mama JF is growing potatoes?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, and she called them her babies.
They're embracing the joke, and I am here for it. I love it. I'm so happy that they are, because it's great. It's fucking great.
A little bag of potato in the oven.
Sounded like some kind of retarded Arnold. I don't know what that...
Yeah, well,
I mean that's pretty.
The potato in the oven.
You put the potato in the oven, or else it gets the hose again.
Flawless French accent.
Oh fuck! Oh boy! Woo!
Oh my God!
Well, I'm glad Billy's dead.
He's back.
Oh, hey, Billy.
He can't hear you yet, so you can still talk shit about him until he puts the headphones on. Yay, Billy! Yeah, we were just talking about how awesome you were.
Yeah. Thought I got replaced.
No.
Thought I got replaced by the amazing Antel.
Here's some more of this. There was fighting. Like, people got the shit beat out of them.
In Bethel?
I love how they chant USA like, only my ideas are USA. Like, that's a weird, mind fuck.
What are they chanting USA at?
Other
USA?
Well, it's a weird mind fuck that right-wingers do. They basically say, my values are American, and if you don't agree with that, you're not American.
Your values are French.
Even if their values are totally against the Constitution.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So-
I knew somebody like that.
Yeah.
Very recently kicked their ass to the curb, They were from my Discord, and a couple of people in my Discord were from Europe, and they had, their opinions on stuff. And they're like, well, you don't really understand. You see, you don't live in the United States. You don't know how it is. They had that fucking Georgian fucking kind of drawl. And I'm like, first off, you can really tell the IQ of a person the more they sound like some kind of fucking Looney Tunes character when they're talking at you.
Does anyone with that accent have a PhD? Or,
Yeah.
It doesn't happen, right?
I've got
happens.
a PhD in microbiology. I knew how to make
I'm sure it
popcorn.
happens. I've known very
I just came back
intelligent
from
people
CERN.
that
We were
have
looking
that
at the Large
accent.
Hadron Collider.
I got my PhD, my petty hating degree.
It is a stereotype, but yes, when I hear it, it sounds uneducated to me. But I've known smart people that speak that way.
I know
I
smart
got an
people.
engineering. I got a cooking and engineering
Rid of
degree.
the accent, though.
Right.
Well, some of them hold on to the accent so that they can be the outlier. They know if they
I do
just
like
if
that.
they
I like
spoke.
keeping the accent so you can surprise
Yeah.
people.
Well,
Right.
if they spoke regular,
I've known doctors that were okay. When I was a kid, my doctor was from Taiwan, and he had an accent, and he was really smart. So he wasn't dumb just because his accent was there, right?
Hold on. Did the guy from Taiwan sound like he was from Georgia?
No.
Jimmy Wayne Yang.
No, I'm not saying an accent. I'm saying that
Particular accent.
No, it's just an accent. It's the way you were.
And this is
speaking.
why they hold on to it when they get the PhDs, Scott. If they started talking normal American, they'd sound like the dumbest guy with the PhD. But
Instead
now
of
when
the
they
smartest
they're
guy
the
with that
smartest
accent.
guy with the accent.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. This is an engineering degree. I took a torque shoulder on my exhaust manifold.
The Hacksaw Collider.
How come nobody's figured out landscape mode?
Oh, and this is the biker gang. AEOIUS.
I'll tell you.
No,
They love
AEO.
vowels.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
They're called-
AEIOU.
They're a gang known as the
We bought the
Sometimes
vowel.
Wives.
We bought the vowel. So, Scott, this is why they haven't figured out landscape mode.
AEOLUS. AEOLUS.
This is why they haven't figured out landscape mode, and this is very important that we notice this as boomers. The kids all watch stuff on their phone, so portrait mode is actually the right way now. We're old and busted. Landscape's old and busted.
You fucking terrorist.
You dumb fucking terrorist. I'm going to push a 19-year-old girl around and punch a fat guy in the back of the head because you're fucking terrorists.
I am 220 pounds. I would be the skinniest person in this town. This is how I felt at the Houston airport. It's very exciting.
They all show up.
Here's a little more. It's pretty.
Scrap the Wild Bill from America.
Yeah.
He has to be somewhere.
Yeah,
in
people.
this crowd.
They were taking signs that they didn't like and tearing them up.
Free speech, man.
Like a heel wrestler.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw Randy Savage take an Ultimate Warrior sign and tear it up when I was a kid at a live show.
Yeah.
Here's the USA chant. I don't think Hacksaw Jim Duggan would comply
Because
with
it's not
any-
Duggan approved.
No.
Maybe.
Look at yeah.
Oh, God, they're beating up a fucking old lady with a COVID mask?
They're just trying to, she's got a sign with the Black Lives Matter, and that's what happens when you're coming through here doing that.
That's what happens when you come through here having a period. Look, y'all, we ain't racist. We just
So,
hate blacks and those that support them.
My question is, were your parents third cousins or maybe second or maybe first cousins? Like,
At least we know our parents, Black America.
All right.
At least we got a father, brother, Black America.
Or were they brother
I
and
stand
sister?
in solidarity for blacks. They tended real good to my granddaddy's farm.
Right.
I doubt any of these people's relatives were rich enough to own slaves. These are like the slack-jaw yokels.
I don't have this on my Facebook, but, you know, somewhere along the lines across our country, this has got to
These
end.
people
We all
are
gotta come
mad at
together.
slavery for the other reason. Their relatives weren't rich enough to benefit from it.
What's going on right now is clear evidence. Like, dude, this is a quiet town. You don't see this many people out here for a parade that's held every year.
There's a parade every year. You don't see this many people.
So can I just say something? I get really bothered by this whole bullshit with terrorism, the Antifa angle, this sort of thing. Every single one of these brainless motherfuckers are one of those people who will say, well, yeah, sure, there's like mass shootings and shit all the time, but like how many blacks do blacks kill in Chicago every weekend? Right? They say that kind of shit. But then you got like a bunch of street fights with some Antifa kids who run around and set dumpsters on fire, maybe smash some fucking windows. And suddenly they don't really want to talk about the black on black crime. They don't want to be like casting doubt on it. Suddenly that's fucking terrorism. That's fucking terrorism. It's the most selective bullshit argument I've ever heard in my fucking
it's
life.
Completely selective. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's bullshit, dude. It's bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
They don't want to look at what they're doing in this exact video, which is exactly the kind of shit they're complaining about.
Absolutely. Who's instilling more fucking terror in this kind of shit? Like they're literally pushing around a fucking girl and beating her up, or socking this dude with like a sap or some shit in the back of his fucking head.
But
the guy holding the camera.
There's shit like this on both sides. Like we can't just say this is only them or only either. Like we have to accept that the worst of the worst is on both sides. These are the worst of the worst.
Of course.
There's a lot of people.
But at the same time, you can't say that a bunch of anarchist kids in black pajamas like having fucking fist fights and shit is somehow terrorism, and this isn't.
The thing is, this
Yeah.
isn't even Antifa here. This is just
it's
a
not.
bunch of
No, this is
people
just-
that live in this small
This
town.
is the few people who voted blue in this city.
Right.
But that's the thing though. That's the problem, is that fucking Trump and people like Trump and people who support Trump who go on fucking Fox News and shit are gonna call kids like that fucking Antifa. And because now that's labeled as terrorist, that means you could take just those two random little fucking college kids who voted blue and love Bernie Sanders, and you could indefinitely suspend them. You could send them to fucking Guantanamo Bay legally. You could fucking do that. No civil rights protections, no nothing. Constitution doesn't fucking apply. All of a sudden, because they just want to call it terrorism. It's so fucking bullshit.
When they came for the juggalos, we looked away. When they came for Antifa, we looked away.
And then they came for me.
But when they come for me,
I stand my juggalo brethren, man. I stand my juggalo brethren.
lay low
was
and
nice to
spray
see
him with the
what you're
Fago.
Yeah, don't use tear gas. Use Fago.
Yeah.
That'll get them to
Okay,
disperse real
she's
quickly.
16 years old. Leave her the fuck alone.
Boys, get the red pop.
Well, hold on now, Daddy. That's your Chris Hansen. I don't care how old she is. We're gonna hit her. We're gonna hit her like Onion Man. We don't care.
Oh, leave her the fuck alone.
I
She's
don't
my
give a
child,
fuck
and,
if
yeah,
she's
we're just
16
trying to
or
cross
not.
The street. Well, leave her alone. She's a fucking minor. God.
Free
Hate
speech. I
abounds.
can beat a minor up. Free
There's grass
speech.
on the field. Play ball. I say.
I like
How's
to call
that?
it COVID. I'll pretend you said 19.
Oh my God. This guy
Look
is
at that.
related
Dude,
to Pimp Monk.
Dude, he's pregnant.
This guy
right?
is related to Pimp Monk. This is
he
actually
on
Pimp Monk's
oxygen?
hernia.
Yeah,
This guy here is
yes.
Pimp Monk's hernia. I love how Pimp Monk is on the right side of history, but he looks like he's on the wrong one. He
Yeah.
looks so like
Is he the leader fat? Is he the leader fat of them all?
Is this the boss fight fatty?
Yeah, the boss fat.
Oh, this is the end
This
boss?
is the boss fat, yeah. He's like, yeah, I'm part catfish. I'm part catfish. Catfish can't be racist.
His first name is legally Paw.
Paul.
Paul, get the hanging lynch.
They call me Paul. I'm leader of this town.
Yeah, I'm raising her good.
How the fuck you raising her good? This is the problem.
What?
This
Because
is
she
the
says we all
problem.
bleed the same, so we're supposed to hate black people?
We all bleed
Right.
the same.
So what are you
But shouldn't
offended
be
about?
Supporting the goddamn niggers around.
Oh no!
Yeah.
And just like that, I felt the pain of 1,000 demonic.
Right. Yep.
Well, I hope one person doesn't like this video.
Susan Wojcicki just jumped out of a window.
We're crossing the street.
I blocked the fucking street. Here you go. Here, get the fuck out of here. Here, go. See ya. Bye.
Get. Fuck these people, man. I say everyone at the evacuate everyone you know. Get the fuck out of this city.
Get
or town. It's not even a city. It's a town. There's like 3,000 people.
I've seen cities. This is not one.
No.
Not to be reductive, but
He ain't gonna do shit to you guys. He might leave, but not to you.
They say America runs on Dunkin'. This is the part of America that runs on food stamps.
Are you gonna keep letting them do this? My child is 16 years old and they're fucking harassing her. We're waiting to cross the street.
He's like, well, maybe you should cross the street then. That was his answer.
Man, have you tried go fucking yourself?
Have you tried turning it off and turning it on again?
Excuse me, ma'am. I don't know if you noticed this, but we're the police. We're not on your side.
I don't know if you've read the news, but I'm with them.
Right.
I don't know if you've read your Facebook or the news, but we're kind of the problem, if you didn't notice.
Right.
Oh, you thought I was here to help. No.
God.
I don't believe this.
If you'd like some help, I can pull out the tear gas and shoot your daughter point blank range with a rubber bullet. It's all the help we got here.
Town too.
It is?
Yeah.
I love it.
Born and raised.
So you're from
here.
Yeah.
You from here? Why aren't you wearing a Bikers for Trump patch if you're from here?
This woman.
I just really wanted to make a mention of this. Somebody in the chat did say it's impossible to send an American citizen to Guantanamo Bay. That's not fucking true, dude.
It's
That's
not
true at all.
impossible.
All they no. All they have to legally by the fucking Patriot Act. All that has to happen. It doesn't matter if you're born in America. You're the whitest motherfucker on the planet. The moment they label you an enemy fucking combatant, they can do whatever the fuck they want to you. They can just straight fucking kill you. That is actual legal power that is granted the executive branch of the United States of America right fucking now. Right
Read
now.
the Patriot Act.
And if you don't have a fucking problem with that, there's something fucking wrong with you. Okay?
Look at his
There's something
patches.
fucking wrong with you.
Look at his patches. He's got American flag with vet over it, and he's got Bikers for Trump.
And he's got a
Boots on the
fucking
ground, baby.
He's got that patch from the Mandalorian. He likes Baby Yoda.
He loves Star Wars.
All right, the woman in this video is insufferable. Check this out.
Nice.
Town too.
It is?
Yeah.
I love it.
Born and raised.
So you're from here?
Excuse me?
Niggers out here.
Niggers? Excuse
God
me?
damn it, the call and response.
Wow.
She couldn't
So
just be
you
like,
wanna
what
tell
did
me,
you
look
say?
at that,
She
look
has
at
to
this.
drop it too.
Niggers?
It's too tempting.
It is racist. There you are. You just proved
even
it.
a brown house in this
You
town.
just proved it.
People talking about.
This is my hometown. This is my hometown too. Because why the fuck do I need to be in that side? Am I?
Don't
I
you
live
know
on my
this
white
is shirts
side.
versus skins?
So am I?
This is the shirt side.
Am I? I live on my white side.
I do not see one of
Your Billy's only over here.
That I did not. Bethel is my. I didn't say Bethel was racist. No, I did not. I said she was. She just called me a nigger.
I think it might be.
It's pretty up there. Yeah. Pretty up there.
That's why you feel that way. That is why you feel that way.
Let's just say I have concerns.
We need to talk about Bethel.
I don't know. Bethel, this is the
Black Lives
birthplace of baby Jesus.
You're right.
Matter is about black boys and black men being. You need to stop talking to me. No, I don't need to.
Money for the Democratic.
I don't need to. You don't get to talk to me that way.
Tell me this. You say that, and I hear this all the time.
She just called me a nigger, and you're going to be okay with that?
Okay, so there's some.
In this town, it's probably really normalized.
Black Lives Matter is about money for the Democratic Party.
Even when someone's
Everyone knows
against, even when someone's against
You see
the
the
use of it,
backbone
they'll
of
still
stick
say it.
subscriber base.
George Soros gave $60 million to Black Lives Matter and $8 billion to other organizations.
This is my hometown, too.
Do you think that? Wait a minute.
You do not get called a cracker. I will tell you that for one sure.
I've been called a cracker.
No, you
haven't. Whoa. Do you know
That's
why?
such a bullshit
Do you know
excuse.
why cracker is offensive?
I've been called a cracker.
Cracker means you whip people with a whip.
Cracker is funny.
That's messed up.
Thanks for reminding me I owned land and people. Like,
God damn it.
Triggered.
I got called a honky once in 1976. I never been right ever since, Bob.
Now in 2020, you get called that because it's nothing. It's nothing. You do not get told that. No.
It's nothing.
It's nothing.
No. What's going on?
Black Lives Matter in Chicago.
Do you know how many people there are in the world? Put that in your census. Put that in your census. Put it in your census.
I need population
your
math
face
in
is on
Bethel,
it.
Ohio
Your
right
face
now.
is on Facebook. Great. Call me a nigger. Look.
And there's people fighting over there. Dude, this is a town of like 3,000 people.
I like how the good guy said the N-word like 12 times.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
Stop.
Look at what just happened. It's because of people that calls people niggers and shit like that.
Nice. Yeah.
So free
nice.
with it. Oh, to be that free.
This is
free
what
stop
people
recording.
talk about when
Oh,
they
boy.
talk about America being the freest country in the world. This is what they're talking about.
I think
That-
so.
Yeah.
The 24th Amendment, we will be allowed to say it with a hard
I
R.
mean, if you have a problem with people saying it, you probably shouldn't say it a bunch of times yourself. All I'm
Run
saying.
for president. My campaign slogan's going to be hard on for hard R.
Yep.
God damn it. It's not good.
Oh my God. What
it's
a
not
great day
good.
today is.
And for those of you wondering, I had some friends go down to Chop today, and they probably look more like the gentleman in this video than the people you see at Chop.
I say Billy the Fridge does a totally underground guerrilla style performance in Chop.
Fuck no.
Dude,
Yeah,
that'd be sick as fuck. Dude,
Fuck no.
I would go. I would go.
Why
Why
not?
not?
It ain't about me.
I would go. I would
I'm not
sneak
going
across the border and go.
If I
know-
go in
you know
there,
what?
I'm gonna
The
wear
other
a
night-
fucking a cape.
The other night I was streaming and there were people in Chop that were watching me and they told me they were in Chop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in there, and my friends who look more like the people of Bethel, Ohio, than people that are occupying
Chop
Capitol
is
Hill.
way safer than Bethel.
That's what they said. They went there like, dude, it's so fucking chill here. They're like, it's so chill. I'm like, yeah,
Oh,
of course
no,
it's chill.
It's perfectly safe there. It's,
Yeah.
It's as safe as anywhere else.
One
It's
guy
fine.
walked in with a damn shirt that said "White Boys" on it, and he was sitting there kicking it.
Hell yeah. Oh man.
Good day.
I like this idea of a little Billy the Fridge concert thing. That'd be sick as
Fuck
fuck,
no.
dude. Yeah.
Fuck no.
Well, we were going to have a meetup before PAX got canceled, where we were going to get we were going to get Poisoning the Well and Hannibal and Monty and everybody cool to come out, and we were all just going to have a big thing where we invite everyone to show up, but it didn't happen.
Sosa Bravo says, "Oh shit, a wild JF." Allegas gave big love.
Ooh.
Fidel Castro said, "Jeff, some of your fans on the liberal gun nut channel are
Hold on.
pure cancer."
Fidel Castro said that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe one day you'll become a lefty socialist who also loves guns like me.
Ooh,
Thank you, Fidel Castro.
damn.
Nikki
I love
Goods.
lefties with guns. I know a couple lefties with guns. It's fucking weird.
Nikki Goods says, "Stevie, it's okay."
I have a fucking arsenal, bro.
My
I've got a
man.
lot of guns. Yeah.
What if a gang of people invaded your house? Wouldn't you essentially arm all of them?
Hopefully they wouldn't get through
I'm just asking. Because, I've always found it weird when people have way more guns than they can
you hope you'll be able to kill them
use at one time.
I like having like 27 guns.
Right.
At once.
I like to have as many guns as I have underage kids tied up in my basement.
4.
All right. Okay.
Nikki Good says,
kid
"Stevie,
get a gun?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Child army.
Are you-
Child army.
Are you arming the kids?
Yes, child army.
What's your game plan here?
Child army.
You never seen Battle Royale?
Ronald McFondlin perform pinwheels
Seems
at
like a real
Chaz.
Coney.
Oh, yes, God, terrible.
Yes,
Terrible.
yes,
Horrible,
yes.
horrible.
Grab Ronald McFondle and perform
Horrible.
pinwheels
You're all
at
cringe.
Chaz.
You're all
yes,
cringe.
Yes,
Horrible.
yes.
Nikki Goods.
Everyone,
So
dude, this
good,
is the new
dude.
yes movement. This is the new yes movement.
This
to
is a
that.
bowel
yes,
movement.
Yes.
Nikki Good says, Stevie, it's okay.
What you got to do is grab Ronald McFondle and record another album.
Look
with
at
him.
all the yeses in the chat.
Nikki Good says, Stevie, it's okay. I too love Fear Factory.
Album. Everyone agrees that was your best album.
I too love Fear Factory.
Yeah,
Says Nikki Good. Says Nikki Good.
See all the yeses?
Lord of
Dude,
Nurgle.
You
says
have
Jeff.
to listen to the chat.
Have you ever done a mag dump
you
before?
love the chat.
Also, please like the stream. Yes. Thank you, Brian D. Boyd. The world is a vampire. And that
I have definitely done. I've done quite a few mag dumps. Yeah, we have so in Oregon, as much as Oregon is like a hardcore blue state, Oregon has also got very, very lax gun laws, which I very much enjoy and take advantage of. And we've got several places where you can shoot all sorts of like fully automatic weapons.
You know what? In New Mexico, you know that place. You know what that place is in New Mexico? It's called the desert, which is like outside of town everywhere.
Sure.
New Mexico
Sure.
has the craziest gun laws of any state I've ever been to.
Technically speaking, living in Oregon, I can actually buy a fully automatic weapon if I really wanted to.
I knew a guy who had an army tank in New Mexico,
No shit.
and he would blow shit up with it. He also had a bazooka, basically a bazooka. I think it was like $800 a round, and we would blow up like a dummy with it. Like he would shoot a dummy with it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Party.
Wow. But yeah, no, I mean, like, it's just one of those fucking things. You can actually buy a fully automatic weapon here in Oregon if you wanted to. It's just incredibly cost prohibitive. It's really fucking expensive.
But worth the investment.
So like your semi-auto variant would be cheap, but the fully auto is like what, 10 grand more or something?
I think you could probably get a historical one, maybe like a what is it? I think it's like the MG32 I priced out once was like $5 to $6 grand. I think
still not bad for
what you're getting. Yeah, I mean, and it's a piece of history as well as being like incredibly fun and expensive. You know? But yeah, it's crazy and it's an experience. I really highly anybody who likes guns, if you ever get a chance to shoot like fully automatic weapons, it's a fucking gas, dude. It's so
want to burn $500 in 3 seconds? Hold this trigger down.
Yeah, it's such a great way to treat somebody that you love for their birthday, to like take them to one of those gun places and be like, here's like $100 worth of you being able to shoot full auto. Oh, it's so fucking cool.
Or to go to like a country show in Las Vegas.
Oof.
And
no,
we're
they
not.
have a gun range in Las Vegas where you can do that. In Las Vegas, they had a gun range where you could use an M249 that they had. You could use literally in the like they had a desert range that you could go to that was outside. They could give you access to an M134 fucking minigun. I did that once. That made you feel pretty fucking badass.
Oh my fucking god, dude!
That was holy shit.
Forever young.
When I think of miniguns, I always think of World War II style guns because they used that a lot in World War II, like a big ass I think they had a tripod for miniguns that was used a lot in the 30s and 40s.
You're probably thinking you one where you crank like a fucking handle. That's like Civil War shit.
No,
man.
okay, so no, there was like a German minigun used in World War II. Let me see.
Oh, was there?
Yeah,
I wouldn't doubt it. It's just one of those
You're
things
probably
where
thinking
it's
of
like
a Browning, yeah.
I feel like I can picture what you're talking about.
Yeah, they were water cooled. They had a big tube over the barrel. It was full of water to cool the barrel. Yeah.
Yep.
I like my guns.
2-man teams. Yeah, man. I'm a huge gun nut. I love that shit. It's so great.
So you know what? I was thinking, and this is very easy for us to do. I was hoping we could meet this week's goal tonight, and if we do, we will do a live reading of Keenisms. A not for children's book by Cardigan Broadmoor, and we'll do it like preschool style, where we read the page and then we show it like that.
Hey, that's mac and cheese.
Okay.
If we can meet the goal tonight, we'll do that before the end of the show.
Man.
So whatever happened to
reading
Brett?
book situation?
I wonder
who's Brett.
I wonder how many times I would drop the N-bomb if I grew up in Bethel, Ohio. Like
a lot.
I'd probably be on the wrong side of history if I grew up in Bethel, Ohio.
Every goddamn day.
Yeah. I grew up in Seattle, so I'm like, that's the no-no word.
Right.
But in Bethel, Ohio, I'd be like, yeah, fucking this is I do that all the
even
time.
when you're against it, you're like, it's wrong
If you were
to say.
born there, if you were
say
born there,
what?
it'd have been your first word.
You know what my first word was?
Tip train.
PT
Yeah,
Hammer.
People want
Young
that.
50.
People want that.
My first word was flower. Flower.
Sure it was.
It was.
My first word was ice, but it sounded like ass, so that's pretty cool.
Ass. Ass and titties.
Yeah, my first word was just the DJ Assault song.
Ass and titties.
My brother's first word was bullshit.
Nice.
That's a lot.
He's like 4 years younger than me. So I remember this as plain as day. He just was like, he got mad one time and he was just like, bullshit.
It's time for your bath. Bullshit.
Yeah, bullshit.
Bullshit. That's
Clean
bullshit.
your room. Bullshit.
Bullshit.
That's fucking adorable.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I guess I'll play the intro.
Choo choo. All aboard.
Choo
Yeah,
choo.
they really want that. They want
Josh 2.0 on the choo choo train. PT Hammer on the choo choo train. Big time don't know. Oh no. We started off today.
Chris Chandler. I love Chris Chandler.
You did
The
some
good Chris Chandler.
You did some streaming Tuesday night, Ben.
Yeah.
Because when we left, we were under Storytime or I'll burn down the Discord. Damn, Robbie, don't do it.
Hell yeah.
We were under $100, I think, the first day.
Yeah, I did some late night streaming.
It was a rough times. Thought for sure that we were gonna die, but no.
Lean times.
We're fine. Everything's alive. My dude. It's a good first word lease on life. My dude.
My dude.
My dude, have a good night.
My dude.
She was like, my dude.
got me so humiliated.
Put down my milk.
And Stevie's going to be covering Billy again for a second here until I fix it.
Stupidity.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I have two scenes that I switch between for these transitions.
Wow.
Better well learn to love it.
Wow.
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 Wow. Wow. Ooh.
Wow, we.
Hold on, where is he?
There we go again.
Hold on. Shit.
Wow, we.
Quit
That
socking
dildos. What's in total dildos?
You're socking me.
Quit socking me.
Sock me.
Did you see that? Stevie, did you see that video where this guy attacked Billy because his girlfriend tried to make out with him?
No.
It was a weird day.
So good.
He tried to push him down a flight of stairs.
They tried to murder me.
Yeah.
Tried to murder me.
Why?
Cause hoes, man. Cause
Jeff
hoes.
guns with me sometime. Love all you sweet wah.
2 guns, no ammo. Yeah.
Yeah.
50 Dara.
Super down, man. Super down.
Don't
Anytime.
talk guns with him. He's got no ammo. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, he's like the worst person to talk to.
That's why he wants to talk to me. He wants to take my ammo.
Stop or I
It's a
can't.
scam.
What a scam.
Here's
Come on,
an interesting news story.
Several towels.
Woman
not just one.
arrested after allegedly setting several towels on fire at the Walmart in Coventry.
Yeah.
She looks like she's out of a Napoleon Dynamite sequel. Police say they arrested a woman after she allegedly set several towels on fire inside a Walmart on May 8th. According to Coventry police, Logan Barboza, 22 of West Warwick, was arrested on Tuesday and charged with first-degree arson. On May 8th, Coventry police and fire departments responded to the Walmart in Coventry for a reported fire inside the store just before 2 p.m. Once they were on scene, both police and firefighters said they began gathering information and opened an investigation due to the suspicious nature of the fire.
Detectives say they reviewed video surveillance provided by Walmart and later determined that this was an arson investigation. They later alerted the public that they were trying to identify the suspect. Barboza was processed at Coventry Police Headquarters and subsequently released. So this is just... She lit some towels on fire at Walmart.
like, why?
A protest?
Oh.
That's the worst thing about Walmart is they're not in like major city areas.
Well, a lot of them are. Just not here.
Well, like the areas where you're going to riot, you're going to have to hit the target because Walmart won't go inside that zone.
Yeah.
Walmart knows better.
Yeah, I feel like Walmart would be a better target than Target.
Basically, like not allow Walmarts in Seattle proper because that's basically the deal in Vancouver. You got to go out of the city to get to Walmart.
Yeah, they're not really in Seattle proper,
right? And even in Bellevue, it's like the neighborhood market ones, not the mega
I think
Walmart.
there's
towels matter,
right?
Damn it,
towel lives matter.
Stop.
Yeah.
Coventry, Rhode Island. Have we been to Coventry, Rhode Island, Billy? We've been all over Rhode Island.
We must have been to Coventry because we were Rhode Island is the smallest state, and we went 45 minutes in every direction like 7 times.
Yeah, Rhode Island is 8 square blocks, so I'm pretty sure we've been very close.
That's the Chop. The Chop is
6 blocks.
Oh, is it
six
6?
The Chop is bigger than Rhode Island.
Rhode Island, they say you could drive across Rhode Island in a half an hour, right? That's what they say?
Yeah.
But everywhere we went in Rhode Island was like a 45-minute drive. I don't know how that happened.
It was weird. Somehow we were staying in a very central place in Rhode Island, and somehow everywhere we were going was on the Massachusetts border for some reason.
It was strange.
It's down there by my.
I got some interesting breaking news right now.
What's that?
Not Hyde.
Jim Cornette. Oh yeah, Hyde. Jim Cornette, right? He was formerly a guest on this show.
He was a guest on this show, yes.
There's somebody named AKI Evolution on Twitter said, I made a very vague post yesterday about Jim Cornette. In the face of current events, I feel the need to clarify and speak up. During my first year in the business, his wife Stacy attempted to groom me.
Nice.
he's got like a whole big thing here.
I mean, grooming is like such a weird claim. Like he has to define what he means by grooming.
Well, he's typed a whole bunch of stuff here, so I don't know if we want to go into this maybe on another episode or something.
Well, I mean, you just brought it up.
Because I'm saying he's been on this show. Scott's here. Scott knows the,
all right,
the business.
Go ahead.
Scott knows the business. He said, this guy, AK Evolution, says she approached via DM, sent me lewd photos I never asked for, implied protection from the Kentucky
and did
Commission.
He block her? Oh, like, did he block her?
He's gonna say everything that happened.
Okay.
He was in the business, so like blocking her would be a bad move. If you were trying to break into wrestling,
did he work for Jim Cornette?
That's what he says.
Was he in Ohio Valley?
That's what he's saying here.
I guess, yeah.
I never asked for implied protection she implied protection from the Kentucky Commission, the Wrestling Commission, stating that he was a family friend and told me she was going to fuck me as if I didn't have a choice. My experience with them is tame compared to others, though. When Jim was booking at OVW, if you wanted a contract or on his show, you had to perform sexual acts on his wife, many times with him watching. This has happened for many, many people. A close friend of mine was groomed and basically brainwashed by them for years. When he finally escaped, Stacy went to great lengths to not only terrorize him, but to actively try to have other wrestlers physically assault him. I was one of them. She sent me pictures showing his tires slashed and bragging about setting him up to lose his job, his apartment, and his car. All because he escaped an extremely toxic relationship and didn't want anything to do with them. Stacy bragged about being able to call the Kentucky Commission to give him targets because he was a family friend. If she wanted to, she could have him turn his attention to anyone licensed in the state to potentially hurt and sometimes even ruin their careers. When he says the cult of Cornette, it's because he has a history of taking advantage of greenhorns, young wrestlers, using his power and position as booker for OVW in order to fulfill his wife's sexual desires. They use their place of power to hurt many, many people. No one wants to speak up because of his position in wrestling, but this is extremely common knowledge among OVW alumni.
This will probably ruin a lot of opportunities in wrestling, and that's fine, but make no mistake, Jim Cornette is trash. He and his wife have had multiple power plays in order to hurt many, many people. Fuck you, Jim. Fuck you, Stacy. You are scum. Have you heard anything about this, Scott? Because you work in the wrestling business. Has this ever
I was going to say, is it supposed to be breaking news that Jim Cornette is a cuck? Because that's known.
Is that known?
That's known?
That's known.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
Is his wife hot?
No.
No, she looks like a female Jim Cornette.
And Jim Cornette threatened to shoot Brock Lesnar because she had new vag piercings, and Brock Lesnar fiddled with them when he had her up for the press slam.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. He talked about that. We asked him about that. We were like, why'd you threaten to shoot Brock Lesnar? And he was like, oh, my girlfriend had new fresh piercings down there, and he got her up for the press slam, and he fiddled her vajayjay while she was up there.
I mean, regrettably,
hit
the
it?
correct position for a press slam is...
Do you think that's why Brock felt okay doing that?
Man, I don't know. I don't know if this is true. This is literally just came out a couple hours ago.
I like Jim Cornette so much. This makes me sad.
Well, we don't know if it's true yet, but this is pretty big breaking. Fucking Scott's like, it's true. Scott's like, I. That's the reason Scott's not in wrestling business right now. It's not COVID.
No, it's COVID.
Yeah. It's because he got turned down, or he turned down the cult of Cornette.
I wanted to fuck Jim Cornette, and they weren't having it.
Put these ears on, Jimmy.
I don't want your wife's trash pussy. I want to fuck Jim.
No, listen. I support you, Scott. Don't ever compromise on your fucking dreams, okay?
Thank you.
I just looked up his wife. She looks like she could live in Bethel.
Yeah. She'd be one of those ladies yelling the N-word on the side of the road.
I don't know. It's just it's wrestling related. We have Scott here, and Jim Cornette has
by
been.
the way, too.
Jim Cornette has been a guest on this show before. So
yeah, but he insulted us the whole time.
Yeah, because you guys weren't fucking his wife.
Was that it?
He's like, come on, climb up in her trash pussy. I'm gonna talk shit until you climb up in her trash pussy. It's not true. I just thought that was an interesting tidbit. It came up in my private news
All you
feed.
have to do is tweet at Jim Cornette and say, the Young Bucks are better than the Midnight Express, and he will block you immediately.
Yes, that's all.
I've had Jim Cornette blocked since you brought that up on the show, and I blocked him, so he couldn't block me.
Really?
He's been blocked the whole time, unless I unblocked him. I can't remember.
That's a power move. You assert your dominance that way.
Yeah, I was like, he's still blocked.
Me Too is finding its way to wrestling now because a bunch of wrestlers got canceled today. Basically,
Really?
David Starr got canceled. Jordan Devlin, NXT UK guy, a lot is coming out today.
After we had Tommy C on here, he tweeted a picture of the Young Bucks, a bucket of fried chicken, and Ethiopia at Jim Cornette, and Jim Cornette blocked him because
that's about right.
Because Jim Cornette got fired from NWA. Billy Corgan owns the NWA now, and they were doing a show on YouTube. NWA Power. Yeah. Yes.
The Smashing Pumpkins own the National Wrestling Alliance.
Yes.
Wow. It's an interesting time to be alive.
Billy Corgan's got a long history in pro wrestling.
Yeah, he's a big fan. But they were doing a show called NWA Power, and Jim Cornette was the big lead broadcaster, the lead commentator on it. And he made a joke saying, is it Lance Murdoch? Yeah, I think it's Lance Murdoch. Lance Murdoch, who's the son of Dick. Is it Lance Murdoch?
I can't remember.
Or Trevor Murdoch.
Trevor, what one of them?
Trevor, yeah.
Whoever, Murdoch.
Trevor's the fat one.
He's so tough. He would ride across Ethiopia on a moped with a bucket of fried chicken strapped to the back of him.
Yeah, which is kind of tasteless, but not. He didn't mean it racistly. It was a starvation joke, not a black people joke.
It was a starvation joke.
I mean, people in Ethiopia don't eat fried chicken, right?
Yeah, he shouldn't have said fried chicken. Because that's notoriously racist.
He's literally from Kentucky, so fried chicken was just in place of food. He could have used any food there fried chicken was just what came.
I guess you could blame it on his white trash.
He should have said cheeseburgers or something.
Or the bag of cheeseburgers.
And he could have just as easily said cheeseburgers, but it happened to be fried chicken, which
I mean,
was
when I think of Ethiopia, I think of fried chicken. It's just natural.
Absolutely, Ethiopian fried chicken is the best. But yeah, and then
I think of using hair ties as pants belts.
The problem, well, not the problem, but the interesting thing about that was the broadcast where he said it had got him fired was taped. It wasn't live.
Yeah.
So a bunch of people saw it, said this is fine,
Yeah.
and then
It went through a production team before it aired.
Yeah.
Because they didn't do a live broadcast. Maybe even Billy Corgan heard it and approved it.
Billy Corgan was like, well, this is problematic. Let's run with it.
Yeah. Billy Corgan tried to buy Billy Corgan tried to buy TNA at one point. He was involved in their show. He was like a character in their storylines for a while.
He did a run-in in ECW back in the 90s.
Yeah, and then they
way back.
I remember that.
They fucked him though. They fucked him over in TNA. He thought he was buying in to like own it someday, and they were like, "No, you just like helped us." I guess.
Yeah,
whatever.
you just gave us.
I think he sued
gave
him.
us money for nothing.
I think he sued him.
Yeah,
no, you don't
weird.
own anything. You just gave us that money, Billy Corgan. We cucked you, Billy Corgan.
Yeah, and
we
then
we financial domed you, Billy Corgan.
He's just
Billies
a
are
rich-
always
I love-
getting fin domed.
I love TNA as a fin dom.
It's funny because he said because he was on Joe Rogan and he was like, the music people want nothing to do with the wrestling, and by and large, the wrestling people want nothing to do with the music. Is what he said.
What, his music or what?
Yeah. Like the two things that he does artistically are totally separate.
Oh, for sure. I can
There's a
see
little
that.
crossover, of course, but
Sure. Weird, man. Weird. That whole thing just like fucking trips me out. That's crazy. Oh well. Right on. Good for Billy Corgan, man. If he's like pursuing his dreams and shit, using the money that he made from the Pumpkins to do what he wants, cool for him.
he basically
He's
bought the wrestling company that he watched as a kid, is what it is.
Yeah.
That's not bad, though.
Yeah.
He's still kind of a lunatic, but I mean, whatever.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. He's Billy Corgan. He has
I can't
a big,
wait.
giant ego.
I can't wait until like the
Yes.
next Billy Corgan gets to buy like Onision.
All right,
'cause
someone
they
in the
watched him as
chat
a kid.
said wrestling is artistic, like asking, like questioning if it is.
Yeah, it is, motherfucker.
Yeah. It's a performance art, I would say.
It's storytelling.
It is. It's as artful as dancing. It's dancing with hitting.
With violence.
But
Yeah, Jesse
it's as
Ventura.
complicated. It's as choreographed. You can make as many artistic choices in it. Like
Jesse
there's-
Ventura
there's
calls
a
it
lot-
ballet with violence.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine if Cirque du Soleil did a wrestling Cirque du Soleil?
It'd be sick.
That'd be fucking nuts.
That'd
Yeah.
be cool as fuck.
A wrestling
Yeah,
themed
it
Cirque
really
du
is.
Soleil. Vince should buy into that shit. Make a fucking mill. Make a mill out
It
the
really
deal,
is
and he's still on the grind.
I was watching, actually, funny y'all bring this up too, because I was watching something about The Undertaker, because I think he's like thinking of retiring soon. He's been doing a bunch of interviews lately, and I was just like watching this thing about the progression of his career from like the very beginning to now, and I'm like, dude, that minus the wrestling shit is such a cool fucking backstory for somebody's character. Make a fucking movie about it, especially with Kane and shit.
Yeah,
You know, I would watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing like a multi-part documentary about him right now, and I think all but the last part has aired. I think the last part airs next week, and maybe it's going to end with him actually retiring, but nobody really.
He should retire.
That
I mean, he
would-
should have retired 7 years ago.
That would be a great like WWE Studios movie though, just like a scripted story of Undertaker and Kane. Like, get actors to play them, and just it's like no wrestling involved at all. That's fucking
It's like the
smart.
actual story, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Kane's busy being the mayor.
No, you get people to play them. You hire like I don't know who you hire to play Kane, the fucking girl from Stranger Things, maybe. I don't care. Gender bend that shit. I don't care.
Watch that. Yeah, he was huge even when I was a little kid and stuff. He's had like a 30-year career. And I mean, if he wants to retire, he should. I mean, it's like, dude, your body's probably fucking had it by this point, man.
Yeah. Yeah. You can only do that shit for so fucking long, man.
Yeah. Only throw 300 pound people around like they're sacks of potatoes for so long before your body's like, fuck you, stop.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody, let's go to the next story.
Silence.
Cirque du Soleil. I would watch a Cirque du Soleil wrestling show, just 90 minutes.
100%.
That'd be fucking awesome.
It's definitely better than the Chris Angel Cirque du Soleil show.
Just imagine if like the
That's
ring
not a
was
thing.
all trampoline. They were jumping like 40 feet in the air. It'd be so awesome.
Chris Angel did a Cirque du Soleil show at the Luxor back in the day, and he's like dancing with rabbits and stuff, like giant people in rabbit costumes.
Man,
Shut the fuck up.
I need to do some Cirque du Soleil. I need to go watch another one.
Look it up.
I missed that.
He did
No
do some weird
way.
shit at the Luxor. I never saw it, but I remember.
Well, he was
had a
doing
show.
his own thing at the Luxor. Did he bring Cirque du Soleil as part of it?
I remember he did because my hometown is Vegas.
Yeah, it was called Believe. It was called Believe. Here it is. Here it is. He was dancing around with bunnies, like
oh my god,
giant fucking bunnies, dude.
Yeah. And he was running parallel to the Luxor. They also had Carrot Top. I think Carrot Top was outselling him.
He's still there.
Carrot Top was outselling him.
dude. So there was this.
They ran it for 8 years too, by the way.
Shit.
No,
my God. That is a very long time.
I was down there.
There was
I stayed at the Luxor when he was running that show, and straight up, Carrot Top was getting more play than fucking Chris Angel was. It was embarrassing.
There was
and
this,
was in better shape.
There was a strip club over in Springfield, which is kind of like the shitty town connected to my city.
It's the towns The Simpsons is based off of was Springfield.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. And so this nasty fucking strip club, they had a wall of celebrity guests that had been in. One of them was Carrot Top, and he's got like 2 girls on each arm, but he's wearing sweatpants, and he's fucking tenting.
Hell yes.
Man.
Tenting.
Like he's got a raging carrot in sweatpants. No. I thought he was a king just because he showed up to a strip club in sweatpants, but
that's proper attire. You wear sweatpants to a strip club and a buffet. That's the rules.
That's right.
That's uniform. Yeah. Carrot Top is the person everybody loves to hate, but like when it comes down to it, he's got a better life than you. You can put him up to anybody in the world. There's nobody in the world that can claim their life's better than Carrot Top. You got to be Carrot Top.
Yeah, that's a steep price to pay.
It's like you could have a big old raging dick, rippling muscles. You could play sold out shows all across the world, have your own show in Vegas, go to a strip club, have 3 girls giving you anal, oral, and vaginal sex all at once. But you got to be Carrot Top, and you're like,
But you got to be carrot at the when you go home from your weird, geometrically impossible sex, and you look at yourself in the reflection in the hotel bathroom mirror. You're Carrot Top.
What if Carrot Top? What if Carrot Top got a transition surgery and he just looked like a Kardashian? Would he be Carrot Cake?
Yeah,
that'd be thick.
I hope he would. Yeah,
I'd smash
with the carrot bottom match the Carrot Top.
Yeah, I'd smash a big bootied, fat tittied Carrot Top woman, Carrot Cake. If there's a redhead out there,
I leave for 2 minutes, and this is where it goes.
Well, you go to the Luxor.
I come back, and Carrot Top is trans now. What?
Right. This is what happens when I leave this man at the helm.
If you go to the Luxor, you can either go see Chris Angel and his bunnies, but them bunnies want the carrot. I'm talking about the carrot cake. Let me get some of the carrot cake.
Yeah.
Carrot cake.
I want to talk about this. We are doing a Patreon private show tomorrow, and our subject is the QAnon.
Oh shit!
Well, how do you feel about the QAnon, Jeff? Give us your synopsis on what you think about the QAnon.
No.
He's on the payroll. Why not? Jeff's on the payroll. Jeff's on the payroll.
Please.
No, listen. Okay, I'm not in on the fucking.
You afraid you're gonna lose your Soros funding if you speak on this, Jeffrey?
It's not Soros. Jesus fucking Christ! I'm paid. Listen, I'm paid by Monsanto, Big Pharma, and the Illuminati. It's all a satanic fucking cabal. Okay, the whole thing is all about devil worship ultimately. But look, QAnon. I'm probably going to get docked a little bit on my pay by saying this, but QAnon is actually a disinformation campaign. It's to basically distract a bunch of really gullible, stupid, fucking water-headed boomers into thinking that, well, there's a secret behind the veil between the real world and the true world back there. Like the red pill wasn't enough. You see, behind that is another curtain, and that curtain is the deep state. And the deep state is actually in control of everything. And Donald Trump, president of the United States, leader of the free world, is actually a rebellious freedom fighter against the forces of fucking evil. Listen, all of this, I swear to God, I'm going to get docked for this. All of this is just all cloak and daggers. So you don't even see what's actually going on behind the scenes, okay? It's ridiculous.
Well, you see
ridiculous.
this picture.
And it is our fault.
There's
It is our fault.
They had these sheriff's deputies to guard the vice president, and the one is wearing a QAnon symbol on his uniform. Of
course.
Why is that, Jeff?
That's Steve. He's a disinformation agent.
Fucking Steve.
That's Sergeant M.
dude.
Patton.
Me and Steve have actually done adrenochrome together.
Tell us about the adrenochrome. What that's the whole reason that this satanic Illuminati run the underground pedophile ring, right?
You guys have never done adrenochrome? Listen, okay, here.
All right.
It did not look like a total fucking
Don't
noob
they
the
just
first time you-
don't they just farm babies to like crack their heads open and drink the adrenochrome out of their brain?
That's the blueberry
That's how you make
flavor.
Smuckers.
Yeah, that's a blueberry flavor of adrenochrome. Listen, okay, this is how you look like a pro when you sit down for your first like adrenochrome session, with your cabal. The pro status is you take your adrenochrome and you mix it up with a little bit of toothpaste, so it's kind of like a little bit of a suspension, and you rub that shit on your fucking gums. They see that, they'll be like, dude, how long you been doing that? So that's pro status. You'll impress them. Also, it kind of hides the taste of suffering if you're just really not as into it as me. I like it personally. I like to go a little raw sometimes.
I like how when you go to the background of QAnon, the first thing that they post is Pizzagate. So like this is all stemming from the Pizzagate conspiracy theory.
Yes, sir.
This is what evolved from the Pizzagate conspiracy theory years ago.
I wish Ryby Jenkins was back to her old self, because she knows so much about all this. She would be a great help.
She probably believes in it, though.
Of course.
Well, no thank you.
Every show needs its Alex Jones.
No thank you.
Media outlets have described QAnon as an offshoot of the discredited Pizzagate conspiracy theory. That gave birth to QAnon.
Yep.
Didn't Epstein kind of prove Pizzagate right, though?
No, not really. No, I mean, it's like the whole thing about it is like there's a secret cabal of billionaire pedophiles. We like pretty much everybody's known that for fucking forever. I mean, people have been talking about that shit for decades and decades and decades. It stretches all the way back to like Rothschild and Bilderberg fucking conspiracies of the 70s and the 80s and shit like that. None of that's fucking new. The Pizzagate thing is just wildly fucking made up. Arbitrarily, wildly fucking made up. No. It's just
It's on a lot of actual cases that happened, like the Franklin cover-up and the Boys Town, USA shit. So then they just took it and exaggerated it. So it's like the Epstein thing didn't really prove it, the Pizzagate stuff, right? All it proved is, hey, these fuckers never stopped.
All this does is make me want to order some pizza.
It proved that they never stopped doing that shit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The real conspiracy.
Not that there was a secret meeting place at a pizza and ping pong place in D.C.
The real conspiracy was Pedogate. And that came out about the same time as Pizzagate. Pedogate was where fat guys like me would show up to children's birthday parties pretending to be pedos, and then we would just eat all the leftover pizza.
Which was successful for a while.
It worked.
So.
Play-Doh-Gate worked.
Wow.
It worked.
Play-Doh-Gate.
It worked.
Is that kind of like Shadowgate?
I don't know.
Oh.
Man.
I'm like, hey guys, I'm just here for the Play-Doh, but really I'm there to eat the leftover pizza. Got him.
It's your pizza.
Got him.
Is that why the Olsen twins did that creepy pizza song back in the day?
Oh,
give me pizza.
Okay, so there's something. If you don't think there's a billionaire cabal out there, why are the Olsen twins both married to like super ultra billionaires? Am I wrong about that?
Their
And you know what?
spouses are crazy.
They don't look alike
That's
anymore
true.
because one has botched plastic surgery too.
Yeah,
That's true too. Yeah.
A handsome woman.
A handsome woman. Oh man.
People like Dan Schneider exist. I mean, is that the more you need to really know? Those foot fetish shit.
What
and
the
fucking
fuck?
This is the billionaire
Oh, yeah.
lover of one of the twins. I don't know which one. This is good. This is a good looking guy if you look at him from the bank
That's
account.
right.
Oh, God.
Super giant pizza. Plain. Nothing on it.
Plain nothing on it.
They get delivered as soon
Wouldn't that be a cheese pizza?
That's a cheese pizza, a little CP for you.
Stop it.
Interesting.
Scott. Stop it.
Interesting.
Scott, stop it.
Sorry, I got excited.
Yeah, this is
easy now, Jeffrey.
Jesus Christ. Tripping me out.
Just about.
That's memory, isn't it? Is that memory as a kid, Jeff?
Oh fuck.
Now I'm feeling kinda hungry. We gotta make
What the fuck are we watching right now?
The LSD that I had earlier.
Dude.
So terrifying.
This needs to stop.
I mean, is adrenochrome really worth all this at the end of the day?
Yes. It's great.
I just got a straw. I tap into the back of a head like a Capri Sun and get my adrenochrome straight from the source.
I pretend I'm the Matrix and they're people.
like sit around with your buddy stoned. So.
Oh my god.
This is terrible.
Give me
From the base of the neck, Billy, that's where you insert the Capri Sun straw. Glasgow cops question man leading woman in dog gimp mask and wagging tail on leash through the city streets. The man is
Hell
wagging
yeah,
tail?
Scotland.
Scott's all
Yeah,
for
that's
the
like a
liberation.
That's like a misplaced modifier. Which one was wagging the tail?
Yeah, I guess I know. I don't know. Is this creamsicle?
Might be.
Is this the naughty pupper?
The fact that this is happening in Glasgow just makes it even better, though.
A man has been spotted walking the streets of Glasgow while leading a woman in a gimp mask on a leash. Okay.
I just thought I'd take my gimp dog out for a walk and have a Nothing even do. Hello, officers. I'm just walking the doggy.
Going for walkies.
Yeah, all right.
They're not breaking the leash law.
I was gonna say, what's
Whoa, chill, Ben. We have to watch that with extra close eyes. This is important. This is important information here. Where'd the tail go? He said, she said, bullshit.
Hey, bullshit.
He said, she said, bullshit. Oh,
It's just one of those days, mate.
I don't want to wake up. Everything's fucked. Everybody sucks. I want to justify ripping someone's head off. Yeah, so they're just out in Glasgow?
Yeah, I don't. You know what? That's not really that much of a story. How about this one?
Is Miami's beach water filled with poop? Volunteer testing proves it so. Our beaches are filled with poop. This is a recipe for disaster, water quality activist says.
He put that in his book titled "No Fucking Shit."
So how do you make disaster water poop? Is there anything else? This is the recipe for disaster. Scott Stripling is a volunteer for the Miami Surfrider Foundation, an environmental nonprofit group established by surfers who want to protect oceans and beaches. I love the outdoors. I love the environment, Stripling said. When I started surfing, that just blew my whole world. I love the ocean. Stripling is one of 25 volunteers in Miami-Dade County. Every week, he takes samples from oceans and beaches to check for the presence of enterococcus, a fecal indicator bacteria in the water that is extremely harmful if swallowed or if it makes contact with open skin wounds.
So yeah, dude, we're going down to the beaches and we're gonna check them for like human shit, and we're gonna learn so much fucking science, dude.
Yeah, man.
I'll walk out into about waist deep water, collect the sample, cinch it up, and then deliver it to a lab.
Cowabunga!
Cowabunga.
What I do?
Nuclear collection sample.
Walk out about 15 feet into the ocean, shit myself, take a sample.
Yeah, man, you gotta stop shitting while you take the sample.
Look at all those lights.
It's amazing, man. Everywhere I go,
Every
it's just
time.
Seth Bloomgarden, the chairman of the Miami Surfrider Foundation, which was chartered in 1997, said polluted water is making swimmers sick. No one is letting them know what's happening out there, Bloomgarden said.
Is that what he sounds
He's
like?
the chairman.
That does sound like Bloomgarden.
He's the
Don't you think
chairman.
a Bloomgarden sounds like
Yeah,
that?
it's Seth Bloomgarden. Volunteers said the fecal indicator is showing up more and more. Records show there's been an average of 25 beach advisories a year in Miami-Dade County since 2017. The count last year was 39.
I don't know about you guys, but I think the president is a fecal indicator. Huh?
Oh.
Who's with me? How about that?
Pissed on that one, man.
20% of the Thursdays you come to the beach, it could be contaminated with this fecal bacteria. Stripling said, we have a major problem we need to resolve. Old pipes are breaking in Miami-Dade's aging sewer system and spilling millions of gallons of raw sewage into our backyard. There was one this week, and there were 4 in the past 6 months near Oleta River State Park. At least one was from a pipe that the county should have replaced years ago. Bloomgarden said he's been keeping score. We are seeing it happen on a regular basis, Bloomgarden said. Our beaches are filled with poop. This is a recipe for disaster. In 2019, the Miami-Dade Water and Sewer Department reported 108 sewer line breaks. Mishaps during construction projects were to blame for 29 of them.
Look at that poo-poo.
That's a full-on turd, dude.
You don't want to eat the poo-poo, though.
Eat the poo-poo.
The consequence,
Anal leaching.
more than 5 million gallons of wastewater spilled. Kelly Cox, general counsel for Miami Waterkeeper, a watchdog nonprofit that advocates for protecting South Florida's waterways, said the problem has been ongoing for decades. The spills are inevitable. When they do occur, we can see spikes in that fecal indicator bacteria level in our near-shore levels, Cox said. The pollution doesn't just come from sewer leaks. Leaking septic tanks, fertilizer runoffs, climate change, and the massive amounts of seaweed and sargassum are also creating the perfect storm for this bacteria to thrive. Sewage pills are not only to blame for this, but they're certainly a critical piece of the puzzle, Cox said. Environmentalists are the only ones sounding the alarm. In August, the Miami-Dade State Attorney's Office released a stinging 33-page grand jury report with a dire warning to local leaders and elected officials about Biscayne Bay, a crown jewel that is in a very precarious state.
Would you go and swim in this water for donos?
No.
No?
No.
Biscayne Bay.
He's eaten used chewing gum off of a wall for donos before. So it's
from the gum wall?
Yeah,
Nice.
from the gum wall. If I can get
That's
flown
fine.
out there,
It is not fine.
for free.
It is not fine.
if I can get flown out there with a place to stay and like $100 extra in my pocket, I'll go swim in this fucking shit water. But I'm not gonna like pay
It's
out
like
of
a
pocket.
toilet that nobody's flushed.
Yeah,
It's
I don't wanna
fucking
go to
gross.
No, I'm
Biscayne
asking
Bay.
like if you were there, would you do
If
it?
I was maybe, I don't know. I'm down for whatever. Jeff knows it's all about the he said, she said bullshit. She said bullshit. Biscayne Bay is at a tipping point, the report says. Without corrective action, the declining quality of this body of water may become irreversible. Daniela Levine-Caiva, the Miami-Dade County Commissioner who represents District 8, is very concerned about the report's findings. It's our tourism, it's our economy, it's our lifeline, Levine-Caiva said. Just imagine South Florida without clean water. It cannot exist. Levine-Caiva sits on the county's Infrastructure and Capital Improvements Committee and has been fighting to protect our environment. We are not moving with enough urgency, Levine-Caiva said. Everything that you are talking about right now tells us that our bay or ocean, our economy, our health is at risk.
in a punch bowl.
Making repairs. The Miami-Dade Water and Sewer Department is under the gun. The number of breaks has actually decreased. We're working tirelessly to decrease the impact of our community and our environment, said Jennifer Messimer-Scold, a spokeswoman for the department. After being sued by the Environmental Protection Agency in 2012, the department reported it is now halfway done complying with a federally mandated $1.8 billion plan to upgrade the county's pipes, and it's also investing millions more to upgrade the whole system. Messimer-Scold said the department...
in 8 years.
God.
Cool.
Messimer-Scold said the department made 988 proactive repairs to its water lines to avoid water main breaks. Despite the precautionary measures, water main breaks still happen, and they're not always addressed right away. In 2017, there was a massive leak just a mile off of Fisher Island. It came from one of two massive ocean outfall pipes from the Central District plant in Virginia Key that every day pumps 143 million gallons of partially treated wastewater into the ocean. It had been leaking for over a year before it was fixed. There's been no evidence to show the outflow is causing the beach contamination. Still, the state of Florida has now banned this practice. By 2025, all Florida counties must stop the daily pumping of wastewater into the ocean, but it'll be too late because Florida will be a literal pile of shit. Collecting data.
It
already is.
It's crazy how much the population of Florida has grown in the last 10 years. I was looking at a chart of population growth by state, and Florida rose up to one of the most populated states in the country very quickly.
I mean, it's the place to be. Who wouldn't want to go to Florida?
Yeah. That's where people go to retire?
There's other places I'd rather go.
Collecting data about
where's that? Anywhere? Would
Pretty
that be
much.
Anywhere?
Pretty much.
But how will you ever become Florida man? Collecting data about a day after Surfrider volunteers took samples from 10 Miami-Dade County beaches, a laboratory director helped Stripling to record the week's results. Cells that light up in this infrared, the light blue, are positive cells that have live fecal bacteria, Stripling said about the results of examining a water sample from Crandon Park and Virginia Key. These are all positive cells, and this is going to be a high level of bacteria contamination.
What you guys got to do, stop dropping a deuce in the ocean, hey, bro.
Yeah. Stop it, man. Like the next time you get a burrito and you're cruising down the 1I-1 and you take like the 735 to get down to Ocean Avenue, you don't have to poop, okay, man?
They're going to close down all
that's
Chipotle's.
California,
Yeah, that
right?
was California.
Yeah.
California.
Sorry.
The testing showed only one beach had a high concentration of bacteria. Environmentalists haven't lost hope. Right now, Miami-Dade Water and Sewer Department must, by law, disclose when there's a major spillage and issue no swim advisories for bodies of water affected. There are no public advisors for beaches that test positive for fecal indicator bacteria. The Florida Department of Health tests areas beaches on Monday, and Surfrider activists test on Thursdays. Miami Waterkeeper activists test all other recreational bodies of water. If we take this on from multiple fronts, we can save Biscayne Bay, Cox said.
Cox.
If we take Cox on from multiple fronts,
A dramatic reading.
if we can take on all the Cox from multiple fronts, we will save Biscayne Bay, Backdoor Bay.
Oh, my God.
We are 14 years old. Okay, out of the whole episode, we've spent the most time on this podcast.
Jeff, there are fecal matters.
Longer on the rednecks.
There
I
are
don't
fecal
know.
matters at hand.
There's some real shitty things happening in this world.
Yeah. I think I see Josh Pescator in the chat.
Yeah. Fecal does matter. Damn it. I'm stop reading chat. Stop reading chat.
Were there any new Streamlabs?
Probably.
All right.
If not, somebody send them in right now. We don't have a lot of time left. Bum 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 bum. Motherfucker. Two Guns No Ammo gave big love. Cinephiliac said Cthulhu Fatan. I have a
Fair.
Cthulhu
Negative.
t-shirt on. I'm going to show it off now.
I thought that's Thanos.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's Biggie Thanos. Oh wow!
It's
Look
the
at
wrong
that
color.
Wow,
No,
we
look
can't
at that.
fucking see
It looks
because
just like Cthulhu. Wow,
really
that's
does.
Hold on,
It's
though.
horrible.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, you
like
can see right through it.
horrifying monster. truly terrifying. I feel like if I gaze
It was
upon
your
it
own
for
face.
longer, I could lose my mind.
That's mean, guys. It was Cthulhu. It's Cthulhu. Cthulhu. It was cute.
Truly a Lovecraftian horror.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Robbie Jenkins' story time, or I'll burn down the Discord, Fidel Castro. So I have very fond memories of shooting the shit out of dummies with a SA-80 carbine, destroyed the fuck out of them. And Josh 2.0, MPTM gave big love. Fixed Soul said, take my money. The Locust God gave big love. And that brings us back to the beginning.
So Joe mentioned in the chat, me and Stevie had a little bit of a feud when we first talked. I still really like how we got over it. We got over it because we both hate Onision. We were both skeptical of Hansen, and we both really fucking love Skinny Puppy. And, like, that's how we fucking bonded. So like,
yeah, pretty much. You know, touch dicks and made of.
Yeah.
Do a little dick tip toast.
Make a kiss. Make a kiss. Oh man.
Josh 2.0 said I had raw sewage back up into my business 3 times. Very gross.
And Skinny Puppy from BC, I think. Maybe from Vancouver, I think.
They're from Vancouver, BC.
Yeah.
I think they are, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Going way back.
Every time I go up to BC, which has been only twice in my life, I always make the joke that I'm gonna go hang out with Nivek Ogre. Suspiciously can't find him. It's kind of a big city.
I saw them in Cleveland like 4 or 5 years ago.
I saw them in Vegas, like, I'd like to say maybe 2008 or 2009, somewhere around then. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was a fun show.
Yeah, they put on a hell of a damn good show.
Oh, yeah. These fuckers I need to see soon. 3 Teeth are fucking really good.
Yeah.
You like metal in your industrial, you'll like them a lot. Their singer looks kind of like Jim Carrey's fucking Eggman from the Sonic movie, though. He's got the mustache and everything, so when he puts on his shades, I see it.
I've never looked at a picture of what he looks like. I'll have to fucking look that up.
He's got kind of like a hairstyle like I do, where it's side shaved, but it's like almost like a mohawk mullet, and then he's got like a fucking stash, kind of.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I was supposed to go to Rammstein in LA in September, but it got postponed, so I don't know when the fuck it's gonna happen.
Didn't the singer get COVID?
No. Like, they thought it was COVID at first, but it turned out to just be like
just AIDS, so he's fine.
Right.
You
but
know
I mean,
what?
like, it's Till Lindemann, dude.
Don't
like,
you
nothing's
have
gonna
a
kill that
higher
fucking guy.
survival ratio from AIDS, or well, not AIDS, but HIV than you would have for COVID?
Probably slightly, yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
aren't there antiviral drugs that can feasibly keep you alive, and you'll never
you can
actually
basically maintain HIV now,
Yeah. It's kind of weird.
Wow.
Yeah, that shit's fucking crazy. And it's, I got into a huge fucking fight on the internet like 3 or 4 years ago because of that. Because people were like, well, why did we spend so much money on AIDS? Well, because now you can live your whole life.
Because it's not a death sentence anymore. That's why.
That's what we paid for, dumbass.
That was the
what
the fuck? Why are you
Why
mad?
did we ever cure that super deadly disease?
Yeah.
It's crazy. I know why they were saying that, though. It's because AIDS is one of them homosexual diseases. That's why. That's why.
I'm not one of them homosexuals. I sat on a toilet seat and still got AIDS.
I put my actual maniac on the shelf where it belongs. This isn't some sort of Pride Month thing where I'm telling you if you have pride, you'll put an actual maniac in your butt. Really, don't put it in your butt.
But I'm not saying
You're saying
that
no.
also.
I'm definitely saying don't put it in your butt.
I'm saying, like, if you had a certain amount of pride, maybe it would be in your best interest to show that pride in a certain way by doing a certain something with a certain actual maniac. That's all I'm saying.
I want to see somebody roll their foreskin over one of the actual maniacs until only the head is poking out. I want to see that. Can that happen?
I don't
and
want
then
it.
I want
I
to see
do
that
not
same
condone.
person slam their fist down on their dick.
I
and
do
the
not condone.
actual dick comes shooting out.
Yeah,
I do not condone.
We call that making a maniac burrito.
Hey, Pescator just gave it 20 money. I wonder if it's going to read it off or if I'll have to read it off. Usually it does when it's 20 through
Yeah, it'll
Streamlabs.
play-
We'll let it read off in a second here. Ba-bam-bam. We should make the next thing we should give is like dick tip versions. Like they're things that fit on the tip of your wiener that are like Billy
My
dick
donation
puppet.
to COVIDCon. Don't let Hansen know. I might hit me up for a loan.
We gotta hit him up. He might hit you up for a loan.
Thank you.
You can't pay into COVID
yeah,
con.
yeah.
Hanson will take your $20. Thank you,
He's got
Josh.
some. He's
We'll
got some
buy an
bills.
actual maniac with it.
Joe's asking if I was surprised by Onision's text this morning. Yeah, I was surprised Onision texted me and to tell us. He texted us
To break
tell us,
up with you.
Yeah, to tell us he wouldn't be hanging out with us anymore when we haven't hung out with him for like 6 months. I guess now
Isn't
that
that weird that he's... Sorry, go ahead.
well, I guess now that COVID's like opening the city back up, he just wants to let us know that he will not be coming to the tea parties.
What I was going to say was, like,
he's
isn't
the
that...
one that's ending the relationship with you?
Yeah.
I break up with you.
Yeah, I want him to have.
What I
that.
was going to say is, isn't it weird that he still has all your numbers and stuff, but he doesn't want to talk to any of you? You know?
Well, I like this is a group chat that like me and a couple other people have been in for like years. So every once in a while, somebody hits the group chat up, and then there will be responses. So like this was active before today. Earlier this month, somebody posted in it the beginning of the month, and then before that, late May. And then before that, early May. So it's like maybe twice a month somebody posts in here.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what you mean by text. I thought you meant like he texted like your phone number and shit. And I'm like,
Well,
isn't
yeah.
weird?
It was like a group text with everybody's phone numbers. in it. It wasn't like directly to me where he's like,
let you know,
by the way, Billy, we're breaking up. But it is kind of sad. It is kind of sad.
Hey, can you
End
stop
of an
for a
era,
second?
Ben. End of an era.
I like your hat.
Thank you.
Did you make it?
I'm not wearing a hat. What sort of?
No,
Are you
that was the
manipulating me?
first thing. That was the first thing Onision said to Jeff when Jeff was trying to talk to him. He's like, "Can you stop for a second? I like your hat."
Yeah, that's a manipulation tactic.
Yeah,
It's
of
awesome.
course. He said it to me. He was like, "Oh, you're really a manly man, aren't you?
Yeah.
Are you from like Game of Thrones or
When
something?"
I sat down with him,
Something like that. Yeah.
When I
Yeah,
sat down with
something
him,
like
when I sat down with him for one of the first videos I ever did with him, one of the first times him and I were talking face to face, it was a video, and I complimented him on his looks first. So I think he like got overwhelmed, and he was like, "Oh, thank you, that's really sweet."
So
and I
you
think he
both
knew.
read the game.
I think he knew that I was manipulating him, and he was like, "I can't. That won't work on Billy. That won't work on him, because Billy already manipulated me." It was perfect.
It's like a race to see who can like out chat each other with like
Yeah.
compliments and
Yeah.
shit. Okay.
Cat Cadaver
Makes sense.
gave us $10 Canadian and said Jeff and Stevie should, you know.
Oh, by the way, I joined Lolly
make 'em
Socks's
kiss.
Discord server.
Is Lolly Socks your boy?
Yeah, let's get Lolly Sock. I tried to get Lolly Socks on the show.
Did he
but
say no?
He's elusive. He's elusive.
He's a JD Salinger type.
I'm sorry. I'm dead naming him. His real name is Catboy Cam now. That's what he goes by now.
Oh, Catboy Cam. Right.
Yeah.
We gotta we need to respect that. We gotta be respectful.
Yeah.
Catboy Cam. Well. Catboy Cam. Well,
Yep.
I hear he's based in Red Pilled.
He is based in Red Pilled.
I hear he
Coach
can take
Red-pilled.
a giant fucking horse cock into his
He
throat.
can.
Too.
He can do that. He's based Red Pilled and horse cocked.
I would like to sign up for his newsletter.
Guys, he's all right. Even though he takes horse cocks to the mouth, he watched a Hitler movie. that's how Nick Fuentes defended him.
I know.
Yeah,
It's literally
that
how
is- that is legit. That is actually
guys, no, he dresses up like a cat and takes horse dicks to the mouth. But he watched a Hitler movie, so he's okay. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, I see nothing wrong with any of the things you just mentioned.
Well, you love Hitler and cat suits.
I have done all 3 of those things this week.
You didn't watch a Hitler movie. It better have been Jojo Rabbit, or I'm calling the police.
Lolly Socks, based in Redfield.
Yeah, for those wondering, Catboy was not watching Jojo Rabbit as his Hitler movie. He was watching like a pro-Hitler propaganda film.
I mean,
Don't
if you
say it,
watch
Scott.
Jojo
Don't say
Rabbit
it, Scott.
the right way, it can also be.
Don't say it, Scott.
Sorry.
Don't you do that.
True.
Scott's the sicko that like came to Jojo Rabbit because he thought it was about like a fucking rabbit furry, and then and then really got into his popcorn when he saw Hitler on screen. Like, oh,
I was like, oh,
what a
not
pleasant
what I
surprise!
Came for, but I'll stay.
Sick. That's sick.
You got lucky. You got lucky, Mr. Watiti.
just because I masturbate to the movie Valkyrie, it's only because I have a thing about amputees and one-eyed men. Okay, it's not the Nazi thing. Okay, it's not. I swear.
No.
You guys are cut ups. Every single one of you are cut ups.
Bunch of cut ups. But incorrigible even.
Incorrigible cut ups. That's gonna be the.
What the fuck is Jojo Rabbit? It's an Oscar-nominated movie from last year. Some guy underscored GRM, if that is your real name. Maybe you should stay up in your prestige movies.
It's a really great movie. I think it's like probably like one of my top movies of last year. I think Knives Out was my favorite movie from last year.
Jojo Rabbit was like my number 2. My number 1 was still Midsommar.
Midsommar. Yeah, I liked the Peanut Butter Falcon a lot too. Those are like my top 3.
Did you find one of the characters particularly relatable?
Which one
in that movie?
The
was there
the racist or the retard?
I mean, pick your poison, really.
I related to all of them. I thought that Shia LaBeouf was relatable because I'm a narcissist as well. Jake the Snake Roberts played like a old-timey racist bigot. Really related to him. And then the boy that was mentally handicapped, I related to him a whole lot.
A whole lot.
A whole lot.
Because you are a retard who loves wrestling.
Yes. I love wrestling. It's fun.
You don't anymore.
If I was...
You know, Billy lost his joy for most things in life, aside from Pokemon Go and probably going to the movie theater.
And actual joy, JOI. I like Pokemon Go, going to the movie theater, and JOI.
Because he had to give up food, which was another big one.
You know what JOI is, Ben?
I know.
If you search JOI on Pornhub...
No, I don't want to.
It's jerk-off instruction.
Oh, was that
just girls telling you?
Figured it out?
They're telling you how to masturbate. Yeah, they're like directing you.
It's like ASMR.
Someone say, Billy, do a rap. Billy doesn't even listen to rap. He listens to Cat Stevens and Regina Spektor.
You
got
I don't know about this Cat Stevens guy, but I'm a big fan of Yusuf Islam.
Yeah, you know, Billy was like, his name isn't Islam. I'm like, yes, it is.
Because I always search Cat Stevens. I knew the Yusuf, but he goes by just Yusuf as well. He dropped the Islam, so I was like, is it really
sometime
Islam?
around, I'm going to say later September 2001, he kind of dropped the Islam. I'm not really sure
Legally,
why.
that is still his last name, though. Actually, it was quite the opposite. After September 11th, he was put on no-fly lists and shit. It was really weird.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, Cat Stevens was put on no... I don't know if he's ever actually been connected with any type of terrorism, but they did put him on no-fly lists. Maybe he was saying weird shit.
Safety first.
Maybe he was saying shit. I don't know.
I don't trust that name.
Yeah.
Especially when you have a cool name like Cat and change it. That's not to be trusted.
That wasn't even his real first name.
I know.
Yeah.
It's not short for Catherine?
No. He looked it up.
Catherine Stevens.
Huh. I knew a lot of girls named Catherine who went by Cat.
Yeah.
Caitlin, Katrina, Catherine. Yep.
Hey,
a lot of cats.
Can I tell you guys?
Cats. Dated a lot of cats. Oh,
can I tell you guys something? Can I tell you guys something that people used to do like 50 years ago? 60 years ago.
When you were alive?
Before I was born.
Oh.
People used to
when you were 14.
Yeah, people used to catch bumblebees in like a jar and then put the jar in the freezer, and the bumblebees would like suspend animation.
You can do that, yes.
And then they would
And you
tie
a
a
string,
string around the bumblebee and then walk around with the bumblebee flying
Like a
on a
kite.
leash, on a kite, yeah. Is that the most fucked up thing, or is that only sort of fucked up?
It's fucked
I mean,
I
you
wouldn't
used
do
to
it.
need to make your own fun. So
Yeah. I'm so glad we got cell phones in our pocket.
There wasn't Netflix then.
Yeah, I could just sit back and watch some stupid Steve Carell movie about the Space Force, or I can make bugs,
Yeah,
bug
there was no
jars.
Space Force. If they had Space Force back then, they wouldn't be leashing bees.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And freezing them. That's fucked up, dude.
Yeah, that's wild.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I just thought it was weird that people would do that. I'm like, whoa, fuck. We're not even creative enough
I saw
to do
that, remember, the CKY videos back in the day, like Bam Margera and everything? I saw them do that in one of their videos. So it wasn't just the 50s people have been doing it.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not finish Legion. I need to do that. Legion's great. I think I watched the first season of Legion and haven't been able to follow up with any of it.
Did you take care of your lesions?
Oh, yeah. No,
Legion-
I know. I got open sores on my tuchus.
Yeah.
Legion
I would
was
deal with
actually
that
really good.
before you watch the TV.
Sounds like Happy Cabby.
Yeah, no, you should finish Legion. You'll like it, Billy.
I know I will. I loved it. I tried to get back into season 2. You know, I think I still pay for Hulu Premium without commercials, and it's on there. I gotta cancel that.
Yeah. No, it is. Yeah.
I gotta
Yeah, it
cancel
definitely
that.
is.
Hulu Premium is worth it probably, but I still don't want to pay for that shit.
It's I get like I keep Disney Plus because my kid fucking loves Pixar movies and shit like that, and I mean
Sure.
I kind of like Pixar movies too, whatever.
Never
But
seen
Wall-E, just watch Wall-E. Wall-E's the best one. Other than that, though, like you get like the free Hulu and the ESPN and shit. But I swear to fuck, dude, it's worse than TV. Every 8 fucking minutes, it's not just like a
Wall-E?
few commercials.
Don't you mean Short
It's like
Circuit
12
3?
commercials.
Got him. Tell it like it is, Ben.
Short
Got
Circuit,
his ass.
the animated film.
Yeah, commercial-based Hulu is horrid.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it is awful. It is actually fucking
You
terrible.
get it free with Sprint service,
Hey,
I think.
dude, Jeff, yesterday I was watching Twitch, and they were streaming Star Trek Picard, the entire first series, on Twitch.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
CBS
Why?
was.
Why would they do that?
You know what? Honestly, I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was good.
You enjoyed it?
Yeah.
Do you like watching animals being tortured?
Why would you say that? Because you're an animal
do you like
and you were
like
tortured when
videos
you
of,
watched it?
Do you like videos of kids being dropped off at orphanages and they slow pan zoom in on their eyes
No.
and they realize mommy and daddy
No.
are never coming back?
It's
Those are my
not the
favorite.
same. I think you're making a false equivalency.
Listen, Benjamin, listen, okay? I have never had my soul more brutally raped than having to watch Star Trek Picard. I have never before been so fucking insulted.
You know what the best part is? How there's like a planet of datas, and the newer ones look totally like people. And there has to be a twin. There's always a twin. Remember Data
always
and
a twin.
Lore? Dude, that connects directly to that.
But what about B4 then? What about B4?
What? B4? That's from isn't that from Star Wars?
No, that's Nemesis.
Oh,
That's from
yeah,
Nemesis.
yeah.
That's
You're
their-
right. B4,
their
yeah.
data droid.
And he's like in the
Yeah.
drawer. Sorry, my bad. Yeah.
Look. You know what? The
B4
thing
had
is,
another twin.
we just haven't found it yet. That's going to be in season 2
Yeah.
of Picard.
Well, you know what? Whoopi's coming back for next season.
I heard
Is
Whoopi's
that-
coming back.
Yeah.
Is that real?
Yes.
I think that's real.
Yeah. Patrick Stewart went on The View, and Whoopi's the host of The View now. And he asked her there if she would be on Picard, and she said she would. So
we not?
Guinan is coming back.
What the
Can we not?
world needs now is Sister Act 3. That would
Sister
heal
Act 3
everything.
in space in the 5th century? Whatever century.
25th century.
Sister Act 3 would heal the world.
Watch it. Yeah. Look, okay, has anybody else noticed that Whoopi Goldberg really fucking sucks lately? And she has for like 12 years. She's awful.
Yeah, she's trash.
insufferable.
Tell that to Sister Act 3.
Wow.
Guinan, no. Come on, mate. Just look it up. And, like any of her fucking opinions.
You
she's
racist.
Awful, dude.
Literally, search
terrible.
Whoopi Goldberg hypocrisy, and you'll get plenty.
Search Whoopi Goldberg's Sister Act 3, and the world will start shifting back into its rightful place.
In space.
Guinan in Star Wars or Star Trek. Guinan in Star Trek is supposed to be an extremely long-lived race, so like she shouldn't age at all. But like, do you think that they're gonna like CGI her to make her look
Movie
super
magic,
young?
baby.
They'd have to.
Oh, okay.
You know what the best part about Picard is? Picard is immortal now.
I know, dude. They can do
because
this forever. After Patrick Stewart
he
died,
had this
they're just gonna
genetic
use CGI.
He had this genetic condition that they even alluded to back in TNG back in the day, but it killed him at the end of the first season.
Right, and they reborn him into a robot body. He's like
Data, and Data was living in a computer for
Yep, they killed
20
Data.
years.
Yeah.
Do you think that Patrick Stewart signed a deal?
Dumb.
You think Patrick Stewart signed a deal for them to use his likeness forever in Star Trek?
I don't know.
If this character's written into it, we know they have the technology to have the likeness forever.
They're like, oh shit, Picard's dead, and then, dude, it's kind of like when Nuki, you discover Nuki can fly. It's like he dies, and then they're like, oh shit, no, never mind, we made him alive again.
People are saying Picard
Right.
can die; he's not immortal. They're saying Ben's fake news.
That's the stupidest fucking right. That's to try and be like, well, we didn't actually turn Picard into a Mary Sue. You see, you're still gonna age. There's simulated aging, and it was so badly explained. Look, here's the thing, because I know people are gonna tease me forever about Picard. I gotta let you guys in on a little bit of a secret. Yes, Picard is shit. It is
Dude,
bad.
I
It
just
is
saw this.
actually terrible.
What if they brought
Hang on,
back
hang on.
Avery Brooks to be Cisco?
That's different. Hang on.
Okay.
That's different. That's different. Look, but the thing is, as awful as Picard is, and it is really fucking bad. I actually kind of love it.
I love it
because
too.
It is that bad. It's like a Neil Breen movie, but with way too much fucking
better
money
production.
pumped into it. that's the only difference. The story is just as nonsensical.
The acting
It's
is better
crazy.
too.
So, ladies and gentlemen,
it's not. No, it ain't.
I hate to take away
acting
from this
is better.
Picard discussion. But I just got word that Onision's next OnlyFans video, he'll be using a toy on himself.
Is it an actual
On
maniac?
himself.
Is he a $25 Patreon subscriber?
not that toy. Not that
Let's
toy.
do another.
No.
Let's do another stream where we drive to Onision's house and we'll shove this up his ass.
No.
when we get there.
I drove by Onision's house last night.
Oh.
Can I just say, like, I have an idea. Do another stream where you go to Onision's house and open up an array. Just come up and say that you're starting your new life as a dildo salesman and try and sell him dildos. That'd be a good stream. Just ambush him with it.
Mike.
Exactly.
What was that?
Mike Phone 123 says we need Jumpin' Jack Flash 2.
If somebody pays him enough money, he can shove this up his ass any day.
Ew, that would hurt.
Joe Dag Flash was a good movie.
See, I wish I had cool knives at the ready. That's what I'm lacking.
Yeah, Scott, where the hell are you? You need, Scott.
I got for any reaching distance, I have no cool knives.
Scott, you should get gloves with like real tiger fur on the handle, on the hands,
Keep talking.
and straight on like talon claws, knife claws on the gloves, full
I'm
on
into it.
scrapers. You can just pull out the thing.
Full on scrapers, and then just go out and do some scraping.
Yeah, just do some scraping.
All right.
You could be a statutory scrapist.
People were saying Scott's in 12 FPS. That's just Canadian internet for
Yeah.
you.
Welcome to Canada.
Here's the thing. I upgraded my internet from 25.5 to 940, and this is still what I'm getting.
There's something really wrong here.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
And somehow it's better than before. You started on this show on your cell phone, cocked sideways against a wall.
Yeah, somehow my iPhone S6s is better than the camera. So I don't know.
Weird.
I'll see. I'll work on it.
Well, this is the second time we've noticed this, and we thought we had it fixed last time. By the next time you're on, if it's not fixed, this is just your thing.
Yeah.
Or it's your fault.
It probably is.
But everyone else
I'm
looks
gonna put
good.
this on you.
Yeah, because like everybody else on right now, we're just fucking with you.
Oh. Yeah,
we're doing this on purpose.
Yep.
No, stop it. We like high def. We like high def.
High def. I guess it's just my camera shitty because it's definitely not. It's not the internet side of things.
That's strange.
So it must be the gear.
Weird.
We are going to end this stream in a few minutes here, and Billy and I are going to go over to Vimeo to do the post show for everyone that is a $10 patron or more, $10 on Subscribestar or more, or if you're just a member of this show, if you click the join link down below, you become a member and you'll get to see it too. We're just going to hang out for a little while and talk about whatever. I don't have any plans for it at all.
Feelings.
Yeah.
I would really like to see Avery Brooks come back in like the Cisco arc, maybe have like a movie or something. I don't think it's ever going to happen though, and that's okay. That's okay. I think it's cool.
Why wouldn't it happen? Does he say he's not going to do it?
Well, I don't think he'd come back to do it. The thing is, Avery Brooks doesn't need the money, and he doesn't really have a whole lot of attraction towards being a celebrity anymore.
I saw.
In fact, a lot of people who were in DS9 kind of retired from acting.
I used to see Nana Visitor when I lived in Albuquerque because she lived there, and she had a boy, like a teenage son with her, and he's the kid that she was pregnant with on the show. She got knocked up by the actor that
Dr.
played
Bashir,
Dr.
Alexander
Bashir
Sigurd.
in real life.
Yeah.
And they had to write in this story where they implanted someone else's baby into her to explain how she got pregnant in the show.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was kind of a cool arc. It was interesting, you know.
That's
it's fine.
fucked up.
It is fucked up.
A little mildly fucked up.
But it actually ended up being pretty cool. It's weird because a lot of the people who were on that show went on to not really seek out a whole lot of fame. You know, Avery Brooks still is very selective about what he does. Sarah Lofton, who played his son in the show, retired from acting altogether.
Dude, the guy that plays Candyman was on a few DS9 episodes, and it was he was really good on there.
Tony Todd.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Avery Brooks did this thing that William Shatner was doing. It was called The Captains, where William Shatner interviewed all the Star Trek captains. And it was really cool because Avery Brooks was in it. He seemed like
even Scott Bakula.
Yes, Scott Bakula was in it too.
Cool.
And it seemed like Avery Brooks was high. He was like behind a piano with sunglasses on, like playing. I guess he's more into music.
Yeah, dude. Nah, Avery Brooks is cool as fuck. He's a really activist-minded kind of fucking guy.
Hawk. He was in it. Huh? He played Hawk. There was a show called Hawk.
Yep. He was in Hawk. I think he once quoted like one of his favorite roles he ever played was in American History X as the high school teacher. He's a really cool dude. I love Avery Brooks.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to wrap this up. We'll be live on Vimeo for everyone who qualifies to see it. For the rest of you, we will see you.
$10 patrons and up.
Yeah. For the rest of you, we will see you on Saturday.
Members of this channel.
You've got a knife too. Everyone's got fucking knives.
I don't have a knife.
It's your money. No,
get some knives, man.
Good night. Oh,
I
shit.
It got me so humiliated.
People are discriminating against wolves. Wow.
They're laughing at us, at our stupidity.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. From the strangest corners of the internet, gonna get TP'd by Billy and Ben. You know where you can find them at. Get ready, cause they're gonna kick your Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants.